People, people, people. Well, it's another collab, the Puro People's collab tonight's right before the new year starts. So I'm Milton, the host of the People's Debate. Of course, we got White T Cody, the one and only, and we got the host of the Puro Pinche Sports Channel, Mr. Jose Garza. Fellas, it's been a long time since at least me that I've been on here. I'm can't wait to talk about some ball with y'all. I think there's a lot of meaningful things to be discussed. But how you guys doing?
Another day. Coming down from being sick. Other than that, just taking my vitamins, drinking my tea, and staying warm.
Right on.
And
Oh, yeah.
new champion, at least for this league, called Winner Takes All. Take all the money, take all the entrance. No second place money for anybody, no third place money. I took it all, like in cash and happy. Everyone at Little Woodrows was like, "Oh my god, look at him! What a stud with that title!" I was like, that's right, bitches. Be jealous. Be jealous.
Well, I'm glad somebody's happy with their fantasy outlook. I got one more week to see if I'm happy, but I don't get any monies. But it's just bragging rights at that point. Helps the ego.
That does not help at all. Cash helps.
Yeah, well, I'll say
Championship trophies help.
Yeah, they do. Big time. All right. Well, a lot happened, but before we do all of that, let's make sure that we're all on the same page. We're going to go over some Week 17 matchups, some reactions, go over some power rankings, our top 5, and, of course, have some discourse and dialogue on the Paramount games for Week 18. Does that all sound good, or am I missing something?
That sounds good to me.
Chill, brother.
All right,
Chill.
Just in case we want to add something before we start going in. But everybody that's watching, make sure this is going to be streaming on the People's Debates channel and Puro Pinche Sports channel. Please make sure to like the video on both channels. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed to both channels. And you could continue to view it on whichever one. It's all good. There's more the merrier. That's fine. Whenever we start getting into the discussions, if we start having some style of debate maybe, or whenever we're talking about certain teams, implications, et cetera, everybody that is there now or there when we're not live, make sure you leave a comment because we read the comments over here. We'll try to get to all of them, but try to keep it relevant. Try, unless it's later and we're not talking about anything, sure. But for now,
did you see last week's episode? Someone asked me, "This is my real hair."
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
my
that
real
threw
hair.
me off. I was like,
"It was so random." It's like, guys, I'm fat, not bald. Chill out. God damn.
yeah. But yes, everybody that's watching, make sure whatever. If you're just, you got you a McDouble at McDonald's and you want to let us know, go ahead. Helps the algorithm, I think. So, but try to keep it relevant. We are here to talk ball. If y'all have a question or a debate topic or a hot take, put it in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Go ahead.
Tell me who your favorite team is. Tell me about your fan base. I want to know before you start talking. Tell me your fan base.
That's true. That's true.
Are you part of the 3 and 14 Jets? Huh? Talk to me.
Right.
All right.
Right. That's true. That's true. Verify that because you're right. You're right. Make sure you listen to that. Real quick, a couple games I think that were highly impactful that has just transpired. Let's go with the last game that all of us saw, the Monday Night Football game. The Rams losing to the Atlanta Falcons 24-27. Now, impactful is the word that I'm using just because Atlanta winning, now they have control, basically, over Carolina and Tampa Bay. If Atlanta wins their next upcoming game against New Orleans, which we'll talk about later, they are shooting the ticket for the Carolina Panthers, win or loss, to make the playoffs. So that's a very highly interesting implications that they beat the Rams. Now, do we think that the Rams were just taking Atlanta lightly, or what do you think was the reason for the loss, the failed comeback, you might say?
Cody, you want to start off
Either one
before
of
I
you.
go on a rant?
Okay, so I watched the first half of this game. I did not watch the second half. I cannot lie. But it was part of the script. I mean, what would next week's game be if it didn't happen this way, right? That's what it seemed like to me. I mean, why is the Rams losing? But I kind of called it ahead of time. I said that Stafford was going to throw some interceptions. And kind of what happened in the first half. I didn't watch second half though, so I didn't see the fake comeback. Y'all can elaborate on that.
Go ahead, Jose.
Look, man, I don't know about if it's a script, but in one night, not only did Matthew Stafford probably lose the MVP, in one night, they probably lost the NFC West. In one night, lost the first seed. In one night, just got their ass whooped. And they lost a top 10 pick because they had the Atlanta pick for next year. Atlanta was
Yeah.
a top 10 pick. And now Atlanta's been on a roll. And now they're like, what, 12? Probably going to be around 15 by the time it's all said and done. Are you
Right.
crazy? You lost all that in one night? Matthew Stafford, you're my MVP? Come on, bro. We've been hyping you up. 40 touchdowns, what, 5 interceptions? Now you're
At
at
the
what?
time.
Now you got 8 interceptions. Like, it was bad. It was not good. You almost got 2 pick sixes. Like, that's how bad this game was. Is that Matthew Stafford was giving the ball to the other team for them to score. I mean, let alone, I mean, I get it. There's some penalty flags when Puka caught some touchdowns. There's some like drop when Puka went onto the sideline and shit like that. Hey, you know, the Rams, they gave it a good effort. They came back, Cody, like you said, they came back for that choke job. They were trying to make the Falcons remember 28-3, but nope.
Hmm.
The Rams decided to, play, goofball, and they decided to choke that game up. They decided now being the 6th seed in the NFC. How can you be the best team, but you're the 6th seed, and you're not
Yeah.
even a division champion?
Yeah.
What?
Maybe not a top 2 in their division. That's a little crazy. Let me ask you, fellas, before diving into Matthew Stafford. I think he has there's a good question that's being asked now. But before I get there, with the Rams losing this way, does that stunt the potential, or does it affect the way that you see these guys in the playoffs?
Look, go ahead, Cody. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah, you're just bringing up the question I brought up weeks ago, back when they lost to Carolina.
Yeah.
If this is a true Rams right here, and they lose to Carolina like that and to Atlanta like that, I'm not sure I take them as serious as y'all were saying in the first place for their Super Bowl. What was it? I mean, we were almost giving them the lock at one point, like no one was gonna beat them. So.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on, man. They're 2-3 in the last 2 weeks. To Carolina, lost to Seattle, and now lost to Atlanta. Those 2 teams are under 500, or at least 500 and under. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you lost to Bryce Young, all right. I guess it was over there. You lost in Atlanta in a dome. Okay, that you're gonna be on the road, right? Like, that's my problem now. That's my problem with the Rams. You're on the road. You don't play good on the road. You are a we gotta stay warm team. Well, now you're gonna be freezing. So I don't know, man. It's not looking good. It's looking horrendous by the day. They were the favorites, and now it's once again it's everyone is up for grabs for the Super Bowl. They ain't no favorite. You can't tell me a perfect prediction bracket right now, because
Oh,
how could you predict it with all these weaknesses that all these teams have? We thought they were the super team. They were not.
they're not. Agreed. Okay. Couldn't said it any better from both of you. Okay. Now, on Matthew Stafford specifically, because of his performance, now a lot of people are me and Jose will try to keep our bias out of this. We'll see if that occurs. But
Nope.
a lot of people are saying, well, like you said earlier, Jose, Matthew Stafford kind of revoked the MVP vote for a lot of people. I will say this before proposing the question to you fellas. No one in the last This is how far I went researching it. I'm pretty sure you could go further. Since 2017, at least, none of the MVPs in their last 5 games ever had a 3 interception game ever. Well, in that again, go as
Or
far as
probably
you
a
want.
negative
I don't
record.
know. Say it again.
Or probably a negative record. 2 and
Yes,
3 the last
no,
5
or that.
currently.
Or that, correct. So with that being said, do you think that Matthew Stafford is no longer going to win the NFL's AP MVP award?
Cody.
All right, next question. I'm not going first. I will say, I think he still will, just off the fact that Drake May is so young. I don't think they're gonna want to give it to Drake May so quick. Is his first full season. That's gonna be a lot to just hand someone MVP when and Stafford still has, I think, more passing yards, more touchdowns, less interceptions, right? So I still see him giving it to Stafford probably.
Let me get to some comments real quick, Milton, before I answer.
Yeah, please.
Our buddy Joe's on the chat. He says, I still think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. Brother, they ain't even the first team in the NFC. They're the 6th team. Like,
Yeah,
come
man.
on, dog. Like, they're third in their division. Like, we can't even, like, how can we defend this? We cannot.
Can't.
Beer 505 says, Patriots defending footballs, now defending humans is wild.
Okay,
You know what?
that's all right. Go.
That's
Allegedly.
absolutely fine. That's just, yeah, deflating everybody. We're smacking everybody at this point now. All right.
No, wait, no. No. Go ahead, okay. Go ahead, run. Go ahead.
Look, has Matthew Stafford lost the MVP?
Yeah.
Probably not. Most likely he shouldn't have. Now, here's the thing, and here's what I'm going to use Milton's logic from last year as to why give it to Josh and not Lamar.
Right. Go ahead.
Well, he had a better December. Drake has had a perfect December for the most part, except for if you want to not count the Bills game, even though he ran in 2 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford has had a horrible December. How do you and let's be honest, the last 2 MVPs won it because of December. Lamar
100%.
Jackson stole it from whoever you want to call MVP that year.
Purdy or Dak. Yep, either one.
Purdy, Dak, CMC, whoever you want to say. He stole it because he had a perfect December. Last year, Josh had a perfect December.
Right.
And that's really recency bias stuff. So I don't know if that's what the media is going to do.
They have to.
Right? Because if you're gonna keep it consistently from the last 2 years, then you have to go Drake. Does that mean he has been the best player from start to finish?
That's not the award. That's not what we're talking about.
Right? That's the problem. So again, I would still say, because I'm being consistent from last year, because I know Milton was Team Josh and I was Team Lamar. I will say Matthew Stafford should be the MVP. 40 touchdowns. He still, even if you count all of Drake's rushing touchdowns, it's still like 6 more for Matthew Stafford. He's at 40 versus Drake's 34. He's still ahead of him. And plus, if you really want to count it, I think I had to double check. I think Drake has more fumbles than Matthew Stafford. So if we're gonna go by all that, Matthew Stafford should get it. But the way they've been going by the last 2 years, Drake might win it. And I'm gonna go real quick on Alex's comment here.
Please.
Hello, you see, Jose, some people will still believe in certain teams even though they perform bad, aka Joe. Damn. What Sports Mailman do to you? Because he said the Rams are still the best NFC team? Okay, right, yeah. I mean.
Well, one, I think, like you said, last year, I went on a lot of rants about the MVP, me putting the flag down for Josh Allen. And if you go back to those episodes, I never said Josh Allen had a better year than Lamar, right? But going off of how they were voting on MVP, I realized after Lamar won it, when in reality, in my opinion, he shouldn't have, based on the prior
It should have been CMC.
Example,
If you really want to go with like who's the best player, it was CMC. It wasn't Purdy or Dak.
that year, sure, I agree.
But it's
However,
MVP award.
since they've, in my opinion, have changed it ever since then, Drake May has to win. When we talk about passer rating, we talk about QBR, you have to be in the top 2, top 3 to win the MVP in QBR passer rating. Drake May's tied with number 1 in QBR, I believe, with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy doesn't have the games. He's not going to win. Is that correct? Am I correct on that?
Well, yeah, he does. He definitely doesn't have the games because he missed like 6, so he definitely will not have that. As far as QBRs, no, it's Drake by himself, unless they haven't updated Brock's up here, which they haven't. Okay, let me double check his QBR.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, go for it. So on Pro Football Reference, they'll have the QBRs, and that's where I saw that stat. But the guys that actually can win the award, Drake May's number 1, and that passer rating, touchdown percentage. I think, even though, like, I think we could all agree, Matthew Stafford has been a better quarterback this year than Drake May overall. It's about competition, et cetera, et cetera. Drake May, in my opinion, has to win it. No quarterback ever, well, since 2017 at least, has had a turnover frenzy game in the last couple games and won the MVP. So again, unless we're going to keep on doing, okay, this never happened, now it's going to happen, then sure. And would I be mad if Matthew Stafford gets it? No, I love Matthew Stafford. Fair enough. But there is context to all of this. Like, oh, he has more touchdowns, like you said, Jose, which is objectively true. Remember with the rushing touchdowns, the asterisk with the tush push, right? We have the same thing going on. I don't have the number exactly, so give me some grace. We have the same thing going on with Matthew Stafford and Devontae Adams. It's a small RPO slant route for 2 yards, touchdown. That's a lot of his touchdowns. So with all the context and the history, putting all the evidence together, unless one of them lay an egg, I think Drake May has got it locked up now. And I'm so happy to say it. I'm so happy to say it without being biased. So that is my take on it.
If Cody, if you got another rebuttal as to why you're against it, I mean, feel free, brother.
I don't think I'm against it. I think Drake May is definitely a deserving person for the award. But I think even Milton said it himself. Stafford has played a better year overall. And if you're really being unbiased, who's had the better year and more deserving of MVP is probably still Stafford. So
right. Overall throughout the year. I agree.
No.
Yeah, I agree. It's just looking at the history, last 5 games, it kind of takes him out, in my opinion. But
I guess the only, and here's where I guess my bias goggles might say, Cody, if we were talking about last year with Lamar and Josh, who do you think had the better supporting cast between the two? Offensively, obviously.
yeah, of course Lamar,
right? Because of Mark Andrews, Pro Bowl, Zay Flowers, and the line and stuff like that. And then you can say the same thing this year. Like nobody, even me and Milton as Patriots fans, nobody really was like, dang, this wide receiver core, these running backs are going to be like the end all be all for Drake May, and we're going to get to what we're at now, 13 wins. No, I think at best we're predicting 10 wins.
Yeah, nobody's saying though that Drake May ain't been balling.
No. And I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like my bias goggles. If I have to argue against Matthew Stafford, it's that he has Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Now, obviously, I do think what we're seeing the last couple of weeks.
But Stafford at the same time makes them. Stafford is the reason they break record, and Puka has became who he is really too.
Yeah, not doubting that. And I will say this: you've seen the last 3 weeks how the Rams play has kind of fallen off a little bit without Devontae, because that red zone offense isn't as efficient. It's not as efficient as it been with all season long. That's why at the time, I don't know if he still is, he was leading in touchdowns. And he still is actually. Oh, where'd the echo come from?
Yeah.
Echo?
Yeah. Okay. I heard myself. That's why.
Go ahead. You're good.
All right, bet. All right, bet. All right, let's go into some comments real quick. Joe, I'll go into your questions after we're done with this topic. I'll go to everyone else first.
Okay.
Brandon in here. What's up, man? So I was right when I said the Colts may not get a single win after week 10.
Objectively, yeah.
Cody was hoping for that to happen for this past week. Get the Jaguars down the peg. If the Seahawks or Chicago had a game like the Rams just had, would y'all think different about them? I'm just saying we really need to stop moving the goalposts for certain teams/players.
Y'all can I can attack this.
I would say if they're having a game how this late in the season like that, yeah. Because here's my biggest problem with the Rams right now. You cannot be this successful early on and then choke in December, because that means you're just going to show me you're going to choke in January.
Right.
We've seen a lot of teams do so great, give you false numbers and all this stuff. I specifically, like we've talked about it for a couple of years. Who's the fake horse of the race, right? Who's the pony? Who's a burro?
Right.
And like K1 and the Cardinals, they started out hot. They were like 8-1, 10-1, or stuff like that. Then they went to the playoffs, first round exit. Mm-hmm. If you are not successful in December, how can I trust you in January? So the goalpost isn't being moved. It's already been set from previous years. So if Seattle and Chicago had been choking as badly as the Rams have, because the Rams had more expectations, then yeah, we'd be critical about them. Chicago's lost 2 of the last 4, but we're not as critical with them because we're not really seeing them as Super Bowl threats. The Rams are Super Bowl threats. That's why I'm critical about them.
Right. To answer the question, if Seahawks Chicago had a game like the Rams just had, would you think different about them? One, I think you're Chi-Town, respectfully. I think you're addressing Joe, because Joe's the only one that said anything positive about the Rams, really, thus far. So, but nonetheless, even if you compare all 3 of those teams, there's a proven commodity in one of those teams, not the other 2. Seahawks had Sam Darnold. Caleb, I love Caleb, and I think he's just going to keep getting better depending on when. However, we've seen Matthew Stafford have a bad game and then turn it around. With Caleb, there's a difference. But nonetheless, we're not really praising the Rams right now. That would be more of a pushback for Joe.
I'm disappointed in the Rams for what they've been playing as lately. That's for sure.
I'm really I'm more critical of them all. I think by us saying that it's wide open and nobody is, a lock is really saying a lot that, Seattle has their own issues. Sam Darnold, he's most interceptions thrown, has been very turnover worthy recently, as much as any quarterback, and then Chicago too. Yeah, we have questions about Chicago. So I think it goes for every team now. It just at the point we thought the Rams had no flaw.
Yeah, from September to November, we were basically looking at them as almost perfect. And then December hits, and it's like, who are you? What are you? Yeah. And you're not going to be this good. You're not going to be as good as you were those first 3 months in January on the road. It's just not possible.
You made the brilliant point on. We've seen a lot of teams start good, very good sometimes great, and then fall off a cliff, or just fall off to a certain extent where now you're a problem, or there's unresolved problems in January. So you framed all that correctly. So
and so for people who so they can understand my examples, 2023 Eagles,
right?
2019 Patriots.
Yeah.
If you so I can look unbiased. So I can tell you, like, yes, my teams even had that issue.
Yep.
Like, what was it? 2021, 2020 Cardinals, whatever it was. Like we said about the Broncos, Titans the last couple of years. So whatever it was, it's always somebody, and it's like this year it could be them. Brandon in the comments said, just realized the Texans cannot draft Jeremiah Love, because then our halfback room would be Love Woody.
Love Marks.
It's pretty good. Either way. I like the Marks part. Love Woody kind of sounds a little.
We didn't want that one, Brandon.
People told me the Cowboys wouldn't be drafting a cornerback one this draft. Well. Adios, Travion Diggs. Uh, they're also gonna need a pass rusher. How about that?
Yeah.
Am I the only one who calls him Sam the Ginger General Darnold? You
Yep.
might.
Yeah,
That's the first I
you
heard
are.
of it.
First time I've heard it. Shout out to you, Brandon. You did it. You did it again.
And Joe says if Caleb throws for 270, the Bears will finally have a 4K passer. Dog,
Yep.
with their luck, he throws for 269.
Exactly. Yeah. When we get to week 18, the Paramount games, we'll discuss them because I think that's going to be an interesting topic as well.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Real quick, the last thing I want to say is a lot of media or social media, let's just say that, have gone on and said that, okay, well, the New England Patriots have had a very easy schedule, which, newsflash, me and Jose said that in the beginning of the year. We had an easy schedule, so we're going to probably be okay. I mean, we're
So
better
did
than
San
okay.
Fran, but everybody seems to forget that shit now.
Thank you, Cody.
Right.
I was about to say
Yeah.
second easiest. We were going in with the second easiest. Who
Dude,
was first?
some of my friends keep fucking glazing San Fran. I'm like, bro, shut up. They had the second easiest schedule.
I will give San Fran this, though. That was in the beginning of the year. When you look at the strength of schedule now, how the year has played out, it's San Fran's actually wasn't so easy. Like a
Yeah.
lot of the
Yeah.
teams we thought were going to be bad were actually not. You know what I mean? Like they beat a lot of the top teams that would be in the playoffs
Or
now
they
in the
lost to
NFC.
some of those teams like the Jaguars.
Sure, but NFC
they're-
wise, they beat Seattle, the Rams, Chicago, all the big teams in the NFC.
I just want you
So-
to know we don't have the. By the way, we don't even have the weakest strength of victory. Y'all know who does? Denver.
Yeah, because KC flopped.
That and also the quarterbacks that they played, a lot of the starting quarterbacks didn't even like when they played y'all, Cody. I don't think CJ Stroud played, right?
Yeah. Well, that was the
Played a lot
game.
of-
No, CJ Stroud played that game, I think. No, I
I
can't
don't think
remember.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, because Davis Mills never lost. So
Yeah, Davis was undefeated.
Oh, all right. Well, I was wrong on that one. All right, swung
Wait.
and missed.
He didn't play the Broncos game.
no, it had to have been CJ. That game was really close though. Would
Yeah.
that come down to a field goal, right?
Yeah, it was back and
Yeah.
forth. I'll double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, real quick. But yeah,
You know
I
what?
think that's really it.
That's where CJ got hurt, and then Davis Mills came in. So CJ started, but it ended with Davis.
And you lost.
Maybe.
But since he didn't start, it didn't count against Davis Mills.
CJ has 79 yards in the game.
Yeah.
Davis has
There you go.
137.
Okay, gotcha. I knew I was gonna say. I feel like at the end, Broncos winning.
Yeah, remember,
was like
Cody, that's where you were ranting like, cheap shot Broncos taking out my QB and shit like that. Remember that's what you were saying about the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, because that's what they always say about us.
common opponents with Drake May and Matthew Stafford. There's 6 games. Drake May 6-0, Matthew Stafford 4-2. So everybody that's hating on that little stat,
we beat the Panthers and Falcons. We're the NFC South champions as well. The Rams can do that.
Yeah, eat it. But all right, let's get away from that game. Another meaningful game that I think surprised a lot of people. And I kind of want to push this one on anybody. So Philly and Buffalo. With Philadelphia winning, I think it was okay, they won. And I do think defensively, Vic Fangio, as these last couple weeks, has been a genius. It's been fantastic to watch. Defensively. Offensively, well, Jalen Hurts had a great, efficient first half. Second half was nowhere to be found. And it was play calling. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't just play calling. It was him. So my question to the panel,
0-8.
Dude, yes. Yeah, I'm really trying not
Dude,
to.
you got to stop. Vic Fangio did not look great. Vic Fangio was clinging to the edge of his seat that Josh Allen could not make the plays or he would have lost that fucking game.
You know, for his credit, Cody, he probably did look great for the first 3 quarters, and then
I don't know. I saw multiple occasions where the Bills were just converting or something, and Fangio was just looking so nervous, and then he was just hoping.
That replay was at the end of towards the end of the game.
I mean, shit like Jalen Carter's block saved him. You know that ain't Vic
Oh,
Fangio.
the biggest reaction he got was when Quinyon Mitchell got that pass interference. That's where he got really pissed.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was one.
My
of them.
Vic Fangio point is just saying the last couple of weeks, this team hasn't allowed a lot of points or yards. So that's what I mean by that. That's the only reason why I brought Vic Fangio. The defense has been playing well the last couple of weeks. The offense is still a huge question mark. I think an even bigger question mark because it's at the end of the year, and Jalen Hurts had 0 net passing yards in the second half of this game. Yet,
crazy.
Still won the game. I don't really know how to feel about this game. Buffalo.
You're a Patriots fan. You're supposed to love it. What are you talking about?
I mean, the reason why I don't have crazy feelings for either one is Philly beat us in a Super Bowl. Buffalo sucks. They're in our division. I don't care about Buffalo.
That was a Philly team like 8 years ago. We can move on now.
I'm just saying. Okay? They beat us in a Super Bowl. I'll never forget the teams that beat us in Super Bowl.
That was a different team. That doesn't matter now. Okay.
No,
this is the Eagles team that beat the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs. Okay.
If there was not one player from that squad, I would let it go, Jose. But they still
because Brandon Graham unretired. Oh,
got Brandon Graham still. Okay.
Oh God.
So I don't want to hear.
Yes, I understand.
I don't want it.
No. Because we got hats and T-shirts at the outcome, so I will take it all day. What are you talking about?
Right.
We are now AFC East champions once again. Didn't take us that long. We got it.
Not at all.
Like we're good. Like what are you talking about? This is what I feel. Both these teams suck. They have no chance for the Super Bowl. They have there's no chance of repeating. There's no chance for one team to finally get their first Super Bowl. There's nothing to talk about really about this game other than the fact that we got two overrated teams because going into the playoffs. These guys are, if I had to make a pie chart right now, they're at the bottom. Both of them. Why would I believe in either one? That's great. The Eagles have a really good defense. Really good. The offense sucks. We talked about Patulu enough this year. He sucks. He's horrible. The offense is treating like horrible. Nick Sirianni's out there celebrating. Yeah, shut up, Buffalo. You got nothing to say now, right? Dude, you beat them by a point. And that's because Josh Allen threw off his back foot at the final play. Otherwise, he had a wide open ass touchdown. 2-point conversion. What are we talking about? You got nothing to celebrate. And same for Buffalo. They got nothing to celebrate. They're bums. They're gonna go 11-5, 12-5, 11-6, whatever. It doesn't matter. Bums. They're gonna be on the road the whole damn time. They ain't doing nothing. I wasn't impressed by either team, but they both showed me what they're gonna be in the postseason. Ass.
No, that's how you go. That's how you dropped. I have nothing to say. Thank you, Jose. Thank you so much for that. Beautiful soliloquy. Huh? All right. Well, yeah. Go in the comments, and I got one last question for week 17, and we could go on from there.
All right, Brandon wanted to bring up. Did I drop the Mixon scoop here earlier before? They just dropped the full story today about Mixon his foot. I didn't get the chance to read it. But
Fuck him. I don't give a fuck.
I remember Alex and everybody telling that he won't play the whole year. So I was like, all right, cool. Alex talking about the Patriots. I think it's been the easiest in the past 25 years, if I'm not mistaken. As far as strength of schedule, probably. I think Kurt Warner was the last one at 99. So last 25 years, sure.
Yep.
Broncos was the game Shaw got knocked out. Yep. The NFC South Division winner might be 8-9. It might be 9-8 too. One of those two. Yeah. Actually, you know what? The Bucks could win, but as long as Atlanta wins, Panthers win the division. Yep. That's how lame that freaking thing is. The Bills line did look horrible. It was horrendous. It was atrocious. I mean, Josh Allen said he's not on the injury report. He's not hurt. Brother, you have a bad right foot. We all saw it. The last 2
totally
weeks.
Have a bad right foot. Yeah. Go ahead.
That thing's probably more swollen than your wife's fucking belly right now carrying your baby. Mitchell is overrated. Alex is gonna say this every damn week. Quinyon Mitchell is overrated. I swear to God, he hates him. I don't know why.
And DeJean, right?
I don't think they are overrated.
I think he thinks DeJean is better than, but I think he thinks all of them are overrated.
At his position, sure, he's he's not an outside number one corner. So
Jalen Hurts failed Milton.
Yeah, he sure did.
You know what?
Jalen Hurts. You think I've been hating on you last year? Wait till this offseason.
Hey, I'll say it right now. I said we all do like what we do on the Puro Beach Sports. We give our final of the year ranking of where all these quarterbacks were. We know Jalen Hurts ain't gonna be top 15 probably. Let's be honest, he's not.
Yeah. Can't wait.
People were calling him top 10 to start the season.
People were trying to say top 5. The top 10,
they were. They really were trying to say top 5. That is true.
Was it Alex that put him at top 2, or Joe, or somebody did? I don't know. Someone put Jalen Hurts at top 2.
Oh no, that was when Jalen did.
Jalen,
then I had to go in, but yeah, good times.
I was gonna say other than Jalen. Maybe you're right. All right, Pats versus Bills in the first round, right? Possibly, but if the Broncos get the job done to lock up the first seed, Chargers fall to 7. So it could be us versus Bills, or it could be us versus Chargers. So
I hope we play the Chargers so much.
Y'all lucky y'all got out of playing us.
I told you we were never gonna play y'all because y'all were gonna win out. I told y'all were gonna win out. I was never worried.
Good.
I was never worried.
You could have that, Cody. I don't care. Good.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, go ahead. Go tell your boys to kill Aaron Rodgers.
We'll probably play second round though, huh?
That's all right. We get our feet wet. I don't want to get our feet wet with your defense.
We'll see the brackets, but honestly, if right now we see Jaguars versus Bills, I'm picking Jaguars.
I mean,
Jaguars are what, gonna be second seed? Third seed. So then they'll play y'all.
In the second round, yeah, we probably see them in the second round.
Well, technically, the Jaguars could still actually win first seed, right?
If Denver and the Patriots lose, then and they win,
so that's still all to be determined. So we'll see, I guess, how to.
Trevor Lawrence gets a first round bye.
That'd be insane.
Who saw that one coming? None of us. That's for damn sure.
None of us. That one, none of us did at all. No hot take.
I was just happy with the Patriots getting 7th seed. Okay,
they could fuck around though and still lose the division though. So.
The Chargers could also do the Pats a favor and beat the Broncos and give us the first seed.
Ooh.
All right. For week 17, I want to hear y'all. It could be a team. It could be a player. I know it's off the cuff, so I'll go first. The biggest losers of week 17. I will go with the team, and I'll let you guys contemplate on it. I got Pittsburgh. They are the biggest loser of week 17. You had one job, dude. It's the Cleveland freaking Browns. They had maybe 2 good drives offensively, and you couldn't beat the Browns. They didn't have DK Metcalf. I understand that. It's the Cleveland Browns. They are the Cleveland Browns. Not a lot of stats I need to pull up. None of that. It's the Cleveland Browns. And all you had to do was win the game, and you're in the playoffs. You don't have – what the heck was that? You don't have to worry about whatever. You don't have to worry about Baltimore this week 18. But now you're going up against Baltimore this upcoming week, which we'll talk about, with still not your wide receiver number 1. Yeah, you had one job. You scored 6 points. The loser of week 17 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jose, I would love to hear your answer.
The loser of week 17, and probably has been the loser of December, continues to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
The fact that you were at the top of the charts, the fact that you had an MVP for first half of the season, and somehow y'all went from 7-1 to now you're 8-8. So, or 7-9. Sorry, 7-9. It's like, what happened? What is going on? Like, this is a team that I had really full trust in. You got your weapons back. Your defense is still questionable, but it's like, I understand you lost Dave Canales 2 years ago or last year, and then this year you lost Liam Cohen. We couldn't get a play caller to stop playing the same man plays the fucking December. It's been the same plays over and over and over again. It's so predictable. It's so predictable that the horrible Dolphins defense figured you out.
Yeah.
The Dolphins that are ready to get rid of Tua, the ones that are ready to get rid of Mike McDaniels. And now y'all have the same record, 7-9. No, it's the Buccaneers, because now even if you win Saturday against the Panthers, it doesn't even matter. It's now you have your fate is in Atlanta's hands. That Atlanta loses and New Orleans beats them. And I know New Orleans is on a streak, but you know what? So is Atlanta. So there's going to be those two are going to be battling to see which team they really accept on going to the playoffs. So I'm going with the Buccaneers. I could have said a different team, but I'm going with the Buccaneers.
Interested in your answer, Cody. Go ahead.
All right, so I think y'all both gave great answers, but I think Milton's a little more right. But to spin off what Milton said, he wasn't as specific as needed to be. The biggest loser of this week is DK Metcalf. Not only did you cost your team probably the division title, the script, now they're going to make the Ravens make the playoffs. Lamar Jackson's going to come back and going to beat Josh Allen and just ruin his career some more. You now lost 22 and a half fucking $1 million this week, and you're going to lose 22 and a half more next week. All because
Oh no,
huh?
they said they won't. They'll give it to him still.
They'll give it to him. Okay, well, you got lucky then, but still, you're still the biggest loser this week because you're directly the reason y'all lost. Who the fuck is Aaron Rodgers out here throwing to? Kenneth Gainwell on the cross route, let's
You
stop.
kind of. I know this isn't this pod, and especially this panel doesn't. Other than me defending him every now and again, doesn't really care for Aaron Rodgers, right? You had to feel for him a little bit.
Fuck no.
Go ahead.
No.
Feel for him.
What? Who's he throwing it to? Scotty freaking Miller?
Oh wow! Some team controversy finally affected someone else.
Wait, Cody. He said, "Who was he throwing it to? The 4-time MVP? The former Super Bowl champion?
He's old now. He's old now. He needs help.
Philip Rivers Philip Rivers is older, and he's completing him down the field a lot more. What are you talking about?
Philip Rivers scores touchdowns every game, doesn't he?
Oh, Philip Rivers has better offensive. Yeah, let's not compare the two. I can't believe I did. I said myself. All right, cool. Whatever. So, one last thing on Week 17. I just want to hear y'all's thoughts. With New York winning against Las Vegas, beating the brakes off of them, a lot of New York fans and people in media are upset that New York won. They said they should have been trying to get the number 1 overall pick, so they can get, draft capital, or they're not going to get the number. They're not going to draft anybody with the number overall pick, right? They get more assets for the number 1 overall pick. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
No one was probably going to trade up because they know they're not going to draft for it. So who cares? And really, there's only 1 or 2 quarterbacks people are eyeing coming out to draft
really
now.
They don't need no quarterback.
Right. And you know what? Who wants to negotiate with Joe Shane anyways? That dude's been a bum GM. I don't know why he's still in the building. So, I don't know, man. Should the Giants be mad? I don't know. Were Houston Texans mad when they fell out the second and still got CJ Stroud?
I'm with you.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? All these teams, you know what? Hey, Milton, should the Patriots be mad that Gerard Mayo made us win Week 18 against the Bills and we fell and got Drake May? Oh, right. No. It doesn't matter. However your front office is structured, that's going to lead you to success. It doesn't matter where you draft one. We've seen enough number 1 busts. We've seen enough, stuff going on. So there's no guarantee that this quarterback coming out of Indiana is going to be all that in a bag of chips when it comes to the pros. We don't know that because we're not in the future yet. We don't know. But that doesn't mean that the trade package for it would have been as sexy too, because they know that you're not going to go for it. So who cares? In reality, the biggest loser is probably the Raiders still, because now Max Crosby might force a trade out because he did not like the handling of his IR situation.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I didn't understand why people were just so up in arms with them not having the number 1 overall pick for trade capital and all that, with all the points that you raised, basically. So
trade capital and all that. Look at the 2022 Jets. They won the draft. Those players are no longer the team.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Very, very good point. All right. Anything on week 17 I haven't discussed that you fellas want to discuss?
Snoop Huntley is better than Jordan Love. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, close enough.
What? No, not at all.
Oh,
No, no,
Malik Willis.
no.
I mean, Malik Willis was fine. He wasn't the issue. The
Malik Willis was
Ravens
fine, yeah.
here. Okay, here. We'll just go with the story that's going around, or
Go ahead.
basically, it basically goes with this one.
Mhm.
Lamar Jackson, I need you to come back and show him who the fuck you are. I'm tired of hearing all this respect about you in the media.
Oh my God!
I-
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I really am tired of it. The fact that a guy from the Baltimore Sun went out there and explained how Lamar is lazy, how people don't like his actions, his attitude, and stuff like that. Really? I didn't hear about that when he was winning MVPs. I didn't hear when like Mark Ingram went up to the podium and said, "Whoop whoop, big trust, MVP right here." I didn't hear that. But you know what I do hear? I hear shit every week from people like us on the pod, from other podcasts, from media. John Harbaugh, where you at? Why Todd Monken, where you at? Why is Derrick Henry barely running now? Why did it take 17 weeks for us to finally see Derrick Henry, the best running back in the league, go out there like a freaking beast mode?
Yeah.
It shouldn't have taken 17 weeks. Oh, you want to average him at 13 rushes or 13 carries per game? No, put him out there. You need to win now. What do you get? 35 carries, 216, 4 touchdowns. Yeah. That's what you brought him in for. Right. Why are you holding him back? Why are you holding yourself back? I'm going to tell you right now, Milton, this is going to be the final year I believe we're going to see Lamar Jackson being coached by John Harbaugh. There's no way you can continue this relationship. John Harbaugh keeps going out there and saying they're going to be okay. Like, he's going to come out, he looks good and all this stuff like that. Lamar always has to say otherwise every damn, year when he's hurt.
Yeah, with that, Jose, let's stay right there. Do you think that has more to do? Because most people in the league have agents, right? Lamar his agent is his mother. Right? He doesn't have a league agent or anything like that. Do you think maybe that has something to do with it? Because don't get me wrong, with the coaching and all that, I totally agree. It's just with John Harbaugh not being on the same page as far as injury report with Lamar, I don't know who to really look at sideways on that. Because John Harbaugh is not a bad coach. He's not bad at this. He's not bad at that. He's never had scandals like this. He never has been quote unquote.
But like the Tomlin situation, when is your voice enough? I've heard you. If I'm Lamar, I've heard you for the last 8 seasons. Where's it getting me? Where are we going as a team? This is a defensive built team that we've known since us as kids probably started watching in the late 90s or early 2000s. This has been a defensive structured team. This is one of the worst defenses we've ever seen in Baltimore history as far as our time.
Yep.
This is one of the worst. And now offensively, it's also been it's subpar. It's not good. We don't know who's leading it that week. Is it going to be Lamar? Is it going to be Henry? We don't know what this team is. This is the year. If we're going to criticize Josh Allen, you got to win it all now. Well, hey, Lamar, Joe's not in your way. Patrick's not in your way. Lamar, we need you to step up. Well, we need John Harbaugh to also step up too. He's a Super Bowl champion coach. Act like it. That's why Pittsburgh hates. They don't hate. They're just tired of Tomlin. You're a Super Bowl winning coach. Where you been? Why haven't we won a playoff game in 8 years? Right now, we need to see what's going. This should be the final year Lamar is coached by John Harbaugh. Either Lamar goes or John goes. Someone has to put up an ultimatum.
Man, that's interesting. Interesting statement. That's a very hot take.
They can't win. And I'll say the same thing with Josh Allen and Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott, you better do something this postseason.
That's been out there. I just wonder with those three specifically, Mike Tomlin, Sean McDermott, John Harbaugh, if all 3 teams make the playoffs, which one of them's a shoe-in with the Bills, and let's say they lose a playoff game, a nail-biter, etc., it depends on how the game goes. it's a tough sale, don't you think?
No. Super Bowl. Super Bowl, brother. At this point, we want championships we want a new trophy in our case. Division titles, AFC finalist. That doesn't matter anymore. We want titles. That's what the fans, that's why me and you, Milton, as Patriots fans, okay is not okay for us. Division titles will not be okay for us. We are striving for championships. That's what the fandoms in Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and even Buffalo begging for something are asking for. You've won division titles. Give me a conference title. Give me a Super Bowl. Earn that shit. Cody knows it. He's a Houston fan. He's gotten enough division titles. Get him a conference title. Get him a Super Bowl. Every fandom should be the same way. Enough is not always enough.
Okay, that's a good statement. I like that. All right. Well, before we get into these paramount games for Week 18, y'all want to go ahead and knock out the top 5 power rankings heading into Week 18?
I am down.
All right, let's do it. All right, where's my top 10?
While Cody is loading up real quick, let me put in some comments.
Please.
Joe says the Giants have a shot at getting the number 1 pick. They do if the Raiders win. But even then they win, so I don't know how that works. But I think Raiders are going to get the number 1 pick. Should never let Liam Cohen leave the building. I
don't think they had a choice.
It's a head coaching position, brother. He was always.
And you remember how that whole saga went down? Say
they dragged him back into the building. He still got out.
Right. they wanted him back very much so. Wanted to pay him. They were going to do all of that. He very mildly, I guess we could say, at the end.
Oh no,
he
went. He got an offer from Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. Then Tampa gave a countered offer and said, "We give you more money." Right. And then he used that as leverage for Jacksonville to pay him more. That's negotiating. And it worked.
That's negotiating. Yeah, fair enough. It did. And shout out to Liam Cohen being one of the most winning first-time head coaches of all time.
Could win Coach of the Year. Alex asks, Diggs can possibly be a loser. Either Stephon and Trayvon.
Let's talk about Diggs real quick before we get into top 5. One, do you understand the move on Dallas Cowboys? Well, obviously, people that don't know, Dallas Cowboys just released.
By the way, I don't think that's the Diggs he's talking about.
Can dig. Well, that's Chi-Town. When stories like this happen, it's all alleged. We can't just condemn from a story. You wouldn't want that being done to you, loved one, somebody on your. When the facts come out, that's when you start doing that.
He's officially a choker now, right?
Well, we don't know. Allegedly,
he was a Buffalo Bill.
We don't know. We do not know.
That's what I'll say. As a Patriots fan, or as a football fan in general, you put your hands on a woman, you shouldn't even be in the league anymore. I've said this for any player. Like Greg Hardy, Joe Mixon, Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, all this shit. Well, no matter all that shit. So if the Patriots need to cut him, cut him. You got if he did that shit, if they find proof that he actually did all that shit, cut him. Exactly. Let him go.
Yeah. Let's wait till proof. That's what proof is for. Go ahead.
He's not going to be arraigned until AFC Championship weekend, just so y'all know.
Yeah.
So
and remember Jose, you should remember this. Remember Jabril Peppers, the story came out of domestic violence with him. Robert Kraft said, well, the investigation will occur, and if he's guilty, guess what? He won't be on the team. And guess what? He was acquitted. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
So let's just wait a little bit, maybe, huh?
As far as if you want to say the Diggs brothers in general today, yes.
Oh, they took an L.
You can call them losers because this is not either news for them is not good. Though I heard the last straw for Trayvon had to do the fact that he wanted to stay in Washington after the game so he can just be with family, and his coach said no. Coach Shoddy said no. He denied the request, even though it's common knowledge that when it's holiday season, it's approved. But
He's just not the same player. He's not a loser though. He got a fucking bag. He's had 2 ACL tears, whatever.
Right.
It is what it is.
and you're not wrong. He's not as good as he once was. That's totally fine. I don't think any of us were saying he's still as good as he was.
But for the money that he was being paid, that's why.
Well, that's Jerry's fault. And
Yeah,
I thought he was overpaid in the from the get go.
For sure.
So
it's because he led the league in interceptions or whatever.
Hey guys,
1 year got 11.
It just proves why Jerry shouldn't be a GM. He gave Diggs and Bland money and let Micah go. Oh,
yep. Oh. Agreed. You actually get a GM.
Yeah.
Actually get a GM, Jerry. That's maybe a guy that even agrees with you 80% of the time. But that little 20% probably would have prevented this. Maybe. Just a statement. Maybe. But yeah, unfortunate for Trayvon Diggs. I'm pretty sure. Do you think he'll find a playoff team to join? Or you think it'll just be next year free agency signing?
If he clears waivers, he might just sign with Green Bay.
That would be
He wants to go back. He wants to go back to Micah. He misses his boy. He misses his best friend.
I think that possibly could work. So when Trayvon Diggs had his 2 best years, obviously it was under Dan Quinn, right? So he might just need to go in a system like that again, because that was the system that made him a Pro Bowl 11 interception kind of guy. Ever since Dan Quinn left, also injuries, he has not been a top 10. Let's just say that top 10.
Yeah, if he joins Washington next year, at least he'll bring down the average age of the players. I know
100%. I think that's the oldest team. I think that's the move to make. If I'm Dan Quinn, and let's say he doesn't play for a team, or let's say when free agency next year comes around, it's at least a fair price.
If I'm a playoff team right now, I'm definitely trying to get some depth by getting Trayvon Diggs.
You said a perfect name, Green Bay. That's a perfect name.
Get some depth right now. You need the secondary help, and then you see what you got. And if you don't like it, then at least let him go. Cool. Next.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. So let's put Chi-Town real quick, and then I'll get to top 5.
Facts are starting to come right now, and both brothers I was talking about. Well, I haven't seen any facts other than just the allegations of what she said.
You're right.
That doesn't mean it's facts. It just means the statements and the story.
Yeah. A side of a story isn't a fact.
We need the fingerprints. We need all the photo ops. And here's the thing too. When it comes to money and rich people, you always got to look at it a little bit weird when it's like. So
apparently, though, he tried to pay her already. She denied it and wanted to pursue charges.
Well, here's the other thing too. Remember the whole Shannon Sharp deal with that OF girl?
Yeah.
He tried to pay her off too, but that doesn't mean he actually was admitting that he was guilty of, rape or anything like that. Like, even came out to say that he was innocent, but I guess just to save face or stuff like that, he still ended up paying. But he didn't do anything to her like that, and she came out and confessed that he didn't do that. So, and again, you could still get money off settlements just to get this, make it done with, but that doesn't mean like you're guilty. It's weird. Right. It's totally weird.
We'll have time. It'll be time. Things will start coming out. We'll see civil versus actual case. We'll see all that.
When he's being walked out like Aaron Hernandez out of his house in cuffs, then we'll know it's true.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that would be crazy. That would really kind of piss me off a little.
Been there, done that, guys.
Yeah, we've seen it. It's happened. Still won a Super Bowl after. All right, let's go ahead and go into Not Your Average Joe's for People's Debate people. Top 5 power rankings heading into week 18. This one might ruffle some feathers. We'll see.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, because 5 and 6 is really where I'm at odds, and I'll explain after it's all done. So at number 5, go ahead.
So, okay. I didn't know if you're doing top 10 or not. That's what I was going
to I could do top 10, but since Cody don't have a 10, I don't want to leave him out. So.
All right. I'll leave y'all out because I'll still do 10.
Okay. Well, let me do 10 then. All right. I have top 10. All right. So we're gonna go top
Just do
10.
your 10, Milton. That's cool.
All right. All right. So not well. Top 10 power rankings heading into week 18. At number 10, I have the Buffalo Bills. Still at 10. Honestly, I just couldn't put another team over them. At number 9, Philadelphia. Again, reason why they're there, I just couldn't put another team really above them from the others. At number 8, the Los Angeles Chargers. At number 7, falling from grace from my number 1 a couple weeks ago, the Los Angeles Rams. Do I think they're the 7th best team? Not really, but you lost 2 in a row. I cannot reward that. At number 6, I have the Houston Texans. At
Despicable.
number 5, I have the Denver Broncos. At number 4, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 3, the Brock Purdy and the bunch. Huh? Number 2, the New England Patriots. And number 1, by a smidge, just because of that defense, the Seattle Seahawks.
So you don't even have the Bears in the top 10.
Nope.
Okay.
I watch every Bears game. Chi-Town, if you're not biased, brother, you gotta admit when you watch them play upper echelon teams in the playoffs, it doesn't look like it's gonna go well for you, unless I don't know. Your offense looks good, your defense looks turnover or bust. Caleb's not accurate as much as he should be. I'll say that. If the running game's not going, you're toast. So Chicago is literally on my paper, number 11. I don't trust Chicago even more than Buffalo. So
Wow.
Yep. I know. But go ahead. Cody or Jose, whoever wants to go.
I'll go last. You go ahead, Jose, since y'all got the 10.
I got you, brother. All right, guys. Here's my weekly Puro Pinche top 10 of the week. At number 10, it is the Buffalo Bills, hanging on by a damn thread.
Right.
At number 9, entering my top 10, they weren't here last week. It is the Eagles. Slight win over the Bills, able to keep them in there. At number 8, it is the Chicago Bears going down 2 spots from their previous holding. At number 7, falling from 2 to 7, is the Los Angeles Rams. It is 2 in a row. It's not looking good the last 5 weeks. So got to drop them out of my top 5. Right. At number 6, it is still, they went up 2 spots, the Jacksonville Jaguars. At number 5, it is Cody's Houston Texans. At number 4, give me the Denver Broncos, the AFC West champions. Number 3, the San Francisco 49ers. Number 2, moving up to 2, the New England Patriots. And still number 1, the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. We got one real point of disagreement, and we'll talk about it. We'll flesh it out. Cody, whenever you're ready, brother, go for it.
All right. For my top 5, at number 5, I got the Denver Broncos. At number 4, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. At number 3, I got the Seattle Seahawks. At number 2, I got the New England Patriots. And at number 1, y'all didn't think nothing changed, right? Because there ain't been no L's come up. So it's still the Houston Texans, boy. They're the hottest team, baby.
All right. Okay, let's talk about it. Sorry, excuse me. When it comes to Chicago, let's talk about top 5 first. So top 5. Well, 5 and 6. Denver is in everybody's top 5. Mm-hmm. Now, Cody, I would love to hear your argument or statement, whichever you prefer, on why San Francisco is not in your top 5.
San Francisco, because they're just right outside for me. You know, they'd probably be like 6 or 7. I'm not sure exactly, but the defense.
Nope, he did it. He inadvertently did it. He knows what he did.
Jose, you didn't
He
have to
knows,
do
he knows what he
Uh, no, see
You
that
didn't have
was
to do
wrong because I
that.
put the or in between, so you're ruining speech now.
You're
Now we
ruining
gotta
speech, Jose.
now we gotta say 6'9".
Well,
I'm
that's
fine
still
with that.
inappropriate. That's still
No, I'm.
inappropriate.
Hey, Puro Beach Sports says they approved that shit.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Uh, so they're right on the cuff. Hmm.
I
Okay.
don't see him beating anyone in the top five right now.
On,
I really don't even really see him probably still beating the Rams in the playoffs if I had to be honest.
Hmm.
So I don't know. The Rams and 49ers are about right there.
Okay.
most recent game between them would tell you, they're 1-1 the last two games. Rams did win the last one, so. But for in fair argument for Cody, Jacksonville is one of the teams that beat San Francisco so
Yeah.
already this season. So
And the Texans beat them.
there you go. So
Well,
obvious. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Milton. You have to look at Cody's, top five with a almost with a glass eye because
of course, I understand. Yeah.
Houston being at one, not everyone has him in the top five. I do, but not everyone does. So it's like, all right, what's the five after Houston? You know what I'm saying? Like that's where the question would really lie on. So
Okay.
if he gave us a full 10 list, maybe you feel a lot better of what you're looking at right now.
Right.
But I'm not mad at you, Cody. The only question I have is why do you have the Patriots over Seattle?
Because I trust Drake May over Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's still the most interception thrown quarterback, and as the way it's going towards the end of the season doesn't make me believe that it's not going to carry into the playoffs again. So
Okay. Okay. Well, what about
Come on, bro.
Jose? Your Jacksonville. They're number 6, so it's no disrespect, and I don't have too much gripes with it. Me and Cody got him number 4. Well, why do you? I know you. Well, let me just ask you, just straight up. Why are you more down on them than us? Would you say
I
their
think it's
winning streak is pretty impressive? I would say.
yes, they're on a 7-game winning streak right now, but I'm not going to
Mhm.
put them above the team that's 8-game winning streak right now. And they're one of the teams that I mean, literally, the reason why the Texans are on an 8-game winning
yeah,
streak
okay,
is because
but at
they
the
start
same time,
Hold on, hold
yeah,
on, hold on, hold on, Cody. Let him
okay,
finish. Let him
good.
finish. Let him
because
finish.
they started by beating Jacksonville. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying? So I'm not putting. Besides, for the most part, most of these teams were on a better trajectory early on, or at least before like they entered my top 10. Then
Right, I get that. Yeah,
so
I
that's why the
understand.
Niners are above them because I felt when once Brock Purdy really came back, then the whole story changed for them completely. And it took a while for Trevor. Like December, if you want to give quarterback of the month, December is probably Trevor's. But
Your
he didn't
partner.
what but he wasn't that guy the first 3 months of the season. So
Mhm.
like to be fair, as a whole team, Jacksonville got my respect maybe a few weeks ago to enter the top 10 as to where because why am I just gonna just throw them now into the top 5? These guys have been grinding slowly in my top 10 list every week moving up. Jacksonville can't just jump over everybody because they beat Broncos last week, or now they're in the 7-game win streak. Like that, just I'm not gonna throw them up there like that. Everyone else has been slowly moving up
I understand.
before.
Okay, that's fair. Go ahead, Cody.
They shouldn't be above Houston. If both of y'all have them above Houston, is kind of crazy.
I don't. I don't.
Jose doesn't. I
I
do.
have
Oh
them
yeah,
I
well
have
yeah,
Houston at
that you're
5.
right. You're right. That's fair then. But Milton, you do
Why?
considering the same Texans team right now that's on a longer win streak, which would actually make their win streaks reversed or whatever. Is the same team that smacked up those same Jaguars and that Trevor Lawrence.
The team. What? Houston smacked up Jacksonville. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You smacked up Jacksonville. How many did y'all? How much did y'all win by?
7.
We won
One.
by I
Four?
think what was it, 16-0 in the fourth quarter or something. Come back.
Right. Come back. I don't think
Oh
you
yeah,
smacked them. Right.
yeah, with the backup,
Sure, but I wouldn't say you smacked them.
smacked them.
Okay.
That's
All
a
right.
that's a smack. That's a
So
choke job, right?
it is a choke job. Yeah. Yeah. So But anyways, so I got Jacksonville over Houston because Jacksonville is a much more well-rounded team. If when the playoffs start, I'm terrified of your defense. Your offense doesn't scare any of these teams, any of them, none of them, 0% of them. Jacksonville has two ways. Like defense is not as consistent as Houston. Of course, I agree with that. They are good at stopping the run, and they also are very good at getting takeaways. Their offense now has become a top 7 offense as of the last couple weeks. Let's say last month, right? So that's where I have Jacksonville over you guys because I think this offense can actually do something in the playoffs where I'm not so confident that your offense will do anything. Even watching last game, CJ Stroud had a good first couple plays. Yeah.
Right.
But
Trevor
after
Lawrence has
that,
came alive playing the Titans, the Colts twice, and the fucking Jets.
mm-hmm.
He
Whereas
had
that defense,
he had a real good one win of his season, which was against Denver Broncos. Other than
right.
that, the Jaguars offense has not led you to believe that against good defenses and good teams that Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars perform well. Yeah, he performed good against really bad teams, bottom 5 teams the
Mhm.
last few weeks, but not against good defenses in the year when he faced them.
Well, in good against good defenses, I'm not saying this isn't just Trevor Lawrence. This is the offense. The Jacksonville Jaguars
Yeah, I'm not
offense
saying
has
their
looked
offense.
good. That has looked good against good teams. What do you mean?
I mean, not really. They had a
It has.
lot of bad problems in the beginning of the season with
Right.
the
We're not talking about the
receivers and
beginning.
stuff.
It's all about momentum. I don't care about the
Well, yeah,
beginning.
you're talking about at the end, which what I'm
Right.
saying has only been against bad teams. They
Right.
played
But
the
all
Titans and Colts twice and
sure.
Jets.
Right. So with all that, I get it. But I'm saying their offense is looking a certain way heading into the playoffs. Y'all's offense looks a certain way heading into the playoffs. I like their offense, and they're more well-rounded than you guys. It's defense or bust with y'all. That's it. Or you have to hope that Nico Collins could have a 150 plus yard kind of game. That's what you have to hope on. Your running game's not there. And against the teams that are going to be in the playoffs, all of the running defenses that should be in the playoffs are more than competent. So I don't see how, unless the defense just plays like the 2000 Ravens or the 20, I forgot what year, the Broncos with Peyton Manning, I don't see how. That's why I can't put y'all over them because I'm not scared of your offense at all. At least they have a more than competent offense and a more than competent defense. They're more well-rounded. You guys are defense or bust. CJ, I love CJ, but he ain't looking that good. You watching the games, you can't say he's looking good. In the beginning, he was, but the end of the game, that's what really matters, doesn't it? And he didn't look so good.
I'm not saying CJ hasn't looked great, so I'm not going to argue that. But
Mm-hmm.
I will say that the defense has been so good that the offense just has to outscore you, and it seems like the offense has been able to do that, and
Right.
that's going to keep happening. I don't see that changing. So
Okay.
your problem is I would understand if it was on average, we were still giving up 30 points, that would be a different story, but.
Okay. Well, when
I
you
do. Yeah, the same offense. I get what you're saying about our offense going into the playoffs too, but the same offense that's going into the playoffs is also the same offense that beat the Jaguars.
Yeah. I'm not that was a choke job. So I got you on that. Fair enough. Like they should not have lost the game, first off, but they did. Fair enough. But also in their winning streak, it I went back because you brought up the bad teams, but you didn't bring up Denver and you didn't bring up the
Oh,
Chargers.
I said they had one. He had one really good, great win on his season was against
What
Denver.
about the
I did
Chargers?
say. I mean, the Chargers been fucking beat up the whole
But that
time
was when
recently.
they were a bit more healthy then,
Yeah, I get what
right?
you're saying, but the Chargers is bullshit. We know the Chargers are fraud, right?
We know the Jacksonville Jaguars own the Chargers. They've been owning them for like the last 3 years. So
Everyone owns the Chargers. The Texans own the Chargers.
Yeah, that's true.
the Chargers don't even own their own stadium. They're renting.
Yeah, like what?
Okay.
So
Well, All right. So, what else? Jacksonville, Houston, Denver. I think all of them are kind of interchangeable. San Fran, I think should be in the top three. Seeing what Brock Purdy is doing, and then all I kept hearing when I defend Brock Purdy is, oh, he has the best left tackle. Oh, he has Brandon Ayuk. Oh, he has George Kittle. Oh, he has this, this, this. Oh, he has a good defense. He didn't have any of that, and he had one of
Look,
the best games of his. Go ahead, please.
let me ask y'all a question. Why do both of y'all believe in the Seahawks more than y'all's Patriots?
You want to?
I think for me right now, I would say I do like their defense more than our defense. To be
Yep.
A
fair,
little bit.
our defense has been kind of in the IR the last month, but I still like Seattle's a lot more offensively too. I feel like even though they're confusing about their running backs, their running back situation is a little more structured than ours.
Yeah,
As
and
far
it's
as
getting
at
better
least
as the season
they
progresses.
they know when to unleash them. Like we don't know when to unleash Travion or Ramondre, so it's back and forth there. Um, and then just overall, they've had. I do gotta give them the credit. They've played against better competition, and so they're a
They've
little
had
more.
better wins.
They've been they're more battle tested. That is a tough part for the as those Patriots fans that we are
Yep.
walking into the postseason. We're not as battle tested. We've been tested a little bit, but not as battle tested. So I do have to give Seattle that props for that. And remember, I had the Rams at number one for a while. They beat them, so I put them over them. And I think that was around the time also when New England lost to Buffalo.
Yeah, I second all that. I just they're overall just better ish, and like he said, more proven. We beat teams, and we can't control our schedule, and the bad teams that are on our schedule, we don't make it close. We beat them, but Seattle, you know, they beaten some really good teams.
I just
Very
think
much.
Sam Darnold's such a big question mark still.
He
Oh, I'm
is.
with you.
And
I'm
and
with you.
just
We're all the
his
same.
consistent play has been very turnover worthy, and we know that's going to be bad in the playoffs.
Yeah, it just depends on how they schematically utilize the running backs on the offense. Defensively, if their defense can keep up to what they, especially after that bunch of yardage game against the Rams, the couple games before that, and then of course the Carolina game was wild. What did Bryce have? Like 40 something yards? That's crazy. That's wild. But if
That
they
shit
can,
was crazy.
yeah, that was I don't. That's if they make the
He
playoffs.
had like 11 completions too.
That was Bryce Young is Bryce Young. He's inconsistent. He's all that. But Seattle, you have to give your hat off. You have to put your hat off to Seattle for having that kind of performance on defense. So if if they can rely on the defense, same they're like the NFC y'all. Y'all's
Nope.
defense is better.
Stop.
I agree. No, hold on. I got it. That's what y'all's defense is better and it's been more consistent. But I think their defense, the coaching wise, is about the same. I think Mike McDonald and D'Amico Ryan are somewhat the same, but D'Amico's not even calling the plays anymore. So he's not even in that category anymore.
So then y'all are
Offense,
like the AFC 49ers.
no, no. Our defense is
Weak
we
schedules. A lot of no, I'm just kidding.
our defense is a bit better than San Fran, but with if they can rely on their defense, depending on who they play in the playoffs, they could maybe go on a run. Sam Darnold, like you said, he is turning the ball over at a concerning rate. However, we'll see. We'll see. It just depends.
He's third in interceptions right now, so
Yeah, it's not good.
does it. But here's a thought. Why are you putting a team in your top 10 that ain't gonna go past the first round? That I think has zero chance to go past the first round. Why do you have the
Them
Chargers in?
fucking Chargers.
Why do you have the Chargers in and not the Bears?
So with that, that's a good question. I put the Chargers on instead of the Bears, mainly because Chicago, when watching the team, if they can't get the running game going, they're toast. Their defense is turnover, and you can have whatever yards you want. If we can't get the turnover, our defense absolutely, as we saw Brock Purdy cook them, right? Without the Avengers, quote unquote. I think I'm mainly doing this because Jim Harbaugh, I trust more, and Justin Herbert, I trust more. And their defense, I don't like their defense. I've been on record. A lot of people have been hyping the Chargers defense. I'm not a fan of their defense, but it's better than Chicago's. So that's why I put them over Chicago. I hear you on like definitely not making it past the first round. I'm most likely in agreement there, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that I think they're a better team and heading in a better direction than even Chicago, in my opinion.
I mean, you're right. If we're talking about 2026 outlooks and stuff like that, for sure, then I would probably agree with you. Chargers are like the biggest threat next year. That's what I was talking about last week's episode. But I'm talking about right now.
No, I'm talking about right now.
But Chargers right now aren't. I
Mhm.
don't trust them at all. I've seen this Chargers team in the postseason. I've seen them be 0-2.
Well,
I've seen Justin Herbert have the worst game of his career in playoff situations. So
sure, but
right
if you
now,
compare them in Chicago, that's not. Then it's
but the
comparison
person I'm
falls
going to
off.
use against you is a person you've been hyping up and kind of using to bring down Dan Campbell, and that's Ben Johnson.
Sure.
Ben Johnson knows how to take a team and lead them in the playoffs.
Offensively, no. He's a
Offensive,
head coach now.
yeah,
No.
yeah, no.
There's a totally different dynamic. You can't say because he was a coordinator and I've been hyping him up because his play calling ability. I'm not hyping him up on anything else other than his play calling ability. As far as head coaching, putting the team in the right direction, all that other stuff, I trust Jim Harbaugh more than Ben Johnson in his first year. And I think that is a fair statement to make.
I think as of right now, I probably just Ben Johnson because same thing is that they're good. Same thing as what we're going with about Seattle and New England. I feel Chicago's a little more battle tested. I don't feel like the Chargers have been squeaking by with the biggest kneels on in the world as far as praying, Milton.
Mhm.
Like they've been getting these lucky ass 1-score wins, the luckiest. Like they're not even like dominant or anything like that. Like they needed it to be that like right there. So when it comes to 1-score teams that basically are winning because of 1 scores late in the year like that, I'm gonna trust the least amount. I get it. The Bears lost twice these last 4 weeks. They lost to Green Bay by 1 score. We saw it was a bad interception, and then they lost last week in a really close matchup where both defenses were nothing to talk about. Both defenses were horrible. Hell, if we want to talk about it, Chicago's defense is a little better because they at least got a pick 6 out of it.
What you're saying? Chicago's defense is better because they got a pick
No.
6?
I'm saying if we're because both defenses were bad. I'm saying if we're gonna say one is at least a little bit better, I would say it's at least Chicago's because at least they brought in some points with it.
Right, you're just talking about 1 week though,
right? But that
right?
I mean we're talking about in general, like right. Well, I mean,
right. I'm talking about in general, exactly. I'm not saying off of just one game, like you said with your. And I don't have pushback because it's a fair point with you not having Jacksonville so high because they never were on your list until a couple weeks ago, right? I get that. Chicago has not really been on my top of the echelon list, and the Chargers have always been above Chicago for me. So,
but what did they do this year that made you have them ahead of them?
Justin Herbert's playing statistically, it's crazy because it doesn't really show on the stats. But Justin Herbert's having himself a fantastic year. He's doing everything he can really do to get this team to win with not having a lot of weapons. What have they done for me more than Chicago? They win games and they have, I don't know, they've beaten good teams. Both of them beaten decent teams.
That's what I'm saying. Chicago was on like what, an 8-game win streak at one point themselves, like
something close to that. Sure.
So,
but
it's how
they
didn't have that.
There's just because of win streaks, that don't mean much to me either. But it's Chicago is winning a certain way, and they're playing a certain way. When I watch both of these teams play, I look at this upcoming week or into the playoffs for certain. I trust the Chargers more than Chicago. Chicago, I have no clue on how Ben Johnson is going to coach up this team overall. Offensively, I trust the mind of Ben Johnson 100%. I've been on record saying that for weeks. Caleb, I do not trust, not even close to Justin Herbert. I know what you're saying on Justin Herbert in the past on his postseason performances. I trust that more than Caleb. Caleb is just more streaky than Justin Herbert. There's nothing for me to trust in Chicago in the playoffs. Even though both of us, I think, both of us had them making the playoffs. Cool. But I don't trust Chicago more than the Chargers. I don't. Jim Harbaugh has a track record of postseason success. Chicago, nobody on Chicago has that.
Well, if we're going by recency bias, Jim Harbaugh does not have playoff success. Last year was a choke job.
Yeah, it was. It was. And I would assume Jim Harbaugh, being the coach he is, he learned from that. And I think he can get a benefit of the doubt. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. I think the Chargers are, well, I agree with you. The Chargers first round most likely is going to be an exit. Chicago, it depends on who they play.
They probably get Green Bay.
Well, then they might win that one. It depending on Jordan Love.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
And Chargers might get us. Who are you really betting on?
Right, but that's not a fair comparison on who's better. They're gonna excuse me. Chargers are gonna play a better team in that case.
But right now, you're also testing who you trust more in the playoffs. That's what you said. Between the two of them, who would you trust more? So if you're going to trust Justin Herbert and the Chargers more, then you have more confidence in them getting past the first round than you do the Chicago Bears.
Right. Them specifically, not on who they're playing. I don't know who that's not putting into context on who they're playing. I'm just saying them as a whole team, the way Justin Herbert is playing, yeah, I surely do trust him. I can see Caleb Williams ruining the game for him. But I could see him having a fantastic game because Ben Johnson's play calling. I don't know.
And I can say the same thing about Justin Herbert. I can see Justin Herbert throwing another 4-interception game, or Jim Harbaugh coming out.
You can see him
because he's already done it.
Right, but if we're talking about this year, has he done that? No.
Has he had a terrible game like that?
A terrible game like that? No. This year?
No. I mean, not many.
And who is that against in the playoffs? We have to put context. It was the Houston Texans, right?
It was, but we also picked with the Chargers last year.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I didn't see that.
So that does not help our situation there.
No, but I'm just saying.
But here's the thing too. When we're talking about Sam Darnold being one of the guys that worried about with interceptions and stuff like that, guess who's right next to him? Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna question, if we're gonna have questions about Sam Darnold in the postseason too, I'm not saying it's just you, it's Cody as well, right? But if we're gonna have questions about, and myself, and if we're gonna have questions about his pick problem in the postseason because he's had it in the regular season, then why should I have that same expectation with Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert has 13 interceptions this year. He had 3 all of last year in the regular season before he had 4 in the one postseason game.
Of course.
So now he has more problematic. And yes, we could say it's his wide receiving core. Lab McConkey's regressed, but Quincy Johnston has risen. Keenan Allen is Mr. Reliable when possible, and then the tight end Gaston. I don't really remember what his name is.
He's a reason for an interception, but multiple. So but then
at the same time too, which of the running game do you trust more? I trust the Bears.
Oh, I agree with that.
A whole lot more than I trust the Chargers.
I agree.
Because in the end, when both of these teams are going to be playing in the cold, because the Chargers are going to be a road team the whole way through.
That's true.
And Chicago is a cold home team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to trust the running game to win that matchup. And who's going to be that? That is going to be Chicago. So
so that's a different argument, Jose. That's a different argument.
I'm just saying, but from how they were doing, Chicago won 9 out of the 10 games. That's the streak I'm thinking about. That's more impressive to me than what Chargers have done all year long.
That's fair. I'm cool with that. But still, I trust the Chargers more than the Chicago Bears. That's really it.
And besides, if we want to look at recency stuff for the Chargers, they beat 3 non-playoff teams. I'm just saying.
They beat what?
They beat 3 non-playoff teams in their last 5 games.
Well, they also beat the Super Bowl champions, right?
Okay, but none of us are high on the Eagles. We have them at 9.
Right, but I'm just saying, and you have Denver. They beat Denver.
None of us are. Week 3.
I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna,
I'm talking about the last few weeks. I'm talking about December, brother. I'm not talking about.
I got you. No, you're right. You're right on that. But who has Chicago beat the last couple games?
I know Green Bay was one of them. I know I won't count Cleveland. I won't told about that one. They beat the Eagles more than the Chargers did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome. That's 2 playoff teams they beat.
Well, Green Bay, they didn't have the starting quarterback, so it's
okay.
And they barely beat a team without the starting quarterback in
overtime. Chicago wasn't healthy either. They were missing 2 wide receivers.
Starting quarterback, that's different. Come on,
I don't care. I'm not high on Jordan Love. I don't care.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're high on him. It matters this year. Were
they efficient with Malik Willis in that game or not?
Were they efficient? Yeah. Was there any big playability that Jordan Love gives them? No. It was all running. That's all he can do more than Jordan Love is run the ball. That's it.
And that might make it more harder on Chicago.
No.
Because that's the same. Because when it comes to Chicago, yes, it is. Because when Chicago played Baltimore, that's the same issue Snoop Huntley gave them. So if they clean that up a lot better now, that shows testament of growth. I'm not that is legit. They got their ass whooped by the Ravens and Snoop Huntley. Malik Willis, as we saw this past week between the Ravens and the Packers, they're basically the same thing between Malik Willis and Tyler Huntley. So they showed a little more growth, and they still came back to win. Now, obviously, the first 57 minutes were ugly. We can agree on that. But still, job done.
It's just when I look at Chicago's schedule, they didn't play much. They went on that little streak. Okay, sure. They went up against no playoff teams. Washington, New Orleans, Las Vegas.
Steelers,
they didn't.
Eagles.
Say it again. No. I got you on the Eagles. Steelers, if they make the playoffs, sure. By 3, if they make the playoffs. Anyway, nonetheless, I trust a Justin Herbert-led offense because if the running game gets stopped with Chicago, I'm not saying Caleb Williams can't throw the ball. He can. But there's going to be more likeliness. I don't think that's going to end well for them. Versus Justin Herbert, I've seen him put the team on his back and win games. In this year, let's forget last year. I get last year. Well, we'll see, dude. We'll see. Went on for 5 minutes.
No. You want to bring him in?
Yeah. Well, if he wants, if he's gonna make a bad point and leave, no. You got let some responses come out, please. That's false.
All right, Alex, I'm gonna send you it. You better be ready. And you better have that connection.
All right. While we wait, let us.
By the way, we lost Cody before we get the locks and dogs.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, Cody's last anyway, right? So that's all good.
Yeah, he's last. He's fine.
Because I think me and you
I'm first, and then Joe's second, and you're third.
Joe's second. Are you sure?
Joe, yeah. When it came to point total, he was -8. He was -9. You were -10.
Ah, damn it! Stupid Carolina, dude. They suck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, yeah. Before
at least both my teams won, but the other one didn't cover.
That's what it is. Yeah, and my lock got exactly that. They didn't get any extra, so it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about the Paramount games for Week 18 before Chi-Town comes in. Let's start.
Ruins the fun.
Say it again.
And ruins the fun.
Nah, it'll be good. So let's start with a big meaningful game on Seattle going up against the San Francisco 49ers. Whoever wins the game will be the number 1 overall seed. We'll get a first round bye.
Division champions.
The first game, we can't even take much out of it because it was in week 1. But before we talk about that, I see Alex in the chat. Go ahead.
All right, brother.
Bring him up.
Oh man, I had to come on.
Chi-Town.
I heard all this blasphemous stuff.
Yeah, tell me which one was blasphemous.
From which side of the screen?
Oh, it was totally from me. I was the one
in the middle or the opposite side of you.
The opposite side.
Yeah, it's totally me. Go ahead, Chi-Town. Let me have it. Let me hear it.
So, I mean, I was gonna go off what he had just said about they haven't really beat anybody, right? But this is a man that's wearing a Patriots hat, talking about Chicago hasn't really beat anybody. You can't really use that argument, right? And
Why
then
can't I? Why can't I?
because if you use that argument, well, can you really say about the same thing about your team?
Because we haven't beat multiple winning teams. Is that your argument?
Well, Chicago has beat multiple winning teams also.
Right, right. But I'm saying when y'all went on that streak, y'all weren't really playing anybody, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Right.
but that's like saying, okay, well, you said it before. How could you penalize a team for beating teams that's on the schedule,
No, I'm
right?
not. I'm not. I'm just
Right.
saying the streak
N-
is. I'm not going to just grant the streak. Right.
Okay, and then
Right.
um, talking about how without a running game, then you can't really see Chicago winning. Well, I
Yep.
know you said if you really watch the game. Well, I
Yep.
mean, the way I watch the game is you could even tell Jose it's completely different with how everybody else watches it. If you watch the Packers game, you could see that Chicago was trying to run the ball. The first game, they were trying to run the ball all game long, and they couldn't run it on a 6-man front. So when they got
Mhm.
towards the end of the game, you saw Caleb Williams throw the ball a lot more. So that just shows that the team could adjust from getting away from running the ball. The second game they played the Green Bay Packers. Now you said that that Malik Willis brings a different dynamic to, or I think it was Jose that brings a different
Yeah, Jose, he brings a
dynamic.
different dynamic. Yeah,
He
correct.
okay, so yeah. So if you really dissect the game, Dennis Allen, whenever Jordan Love was in the game, they ran a lot more zone than man. Because if you remember the first game, when Green Bay scored touchdowns, they were on big plays on man to man coverage. So to get
Yep.
away from that, they went zone. And then
Mhm.
I think Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers like kept the ball for like the majority of the first half. Why? Because Chicago played a lot more zone, m-
Mhm.
playing a lot more back. So
Sure.
whenever Malik Willis went in there, he wasn't able to really throw the ball because they were still trying to keep the same thing. Don't allow
Right.
the big plays to happen. Why?
Sure.
Because Chicago's DBs are not fully healthy. That's not saying like an excuse.
No, that's
I'm
the
just
truth.
saying
I get it. I
that
understand.
that I'm just saying that that's why they did that, and that's
Mhm.
and even against Brock Purdy and the 49ers, they didn't blitz them either. They ran a lot
Yeah.
more zone. That's why Brock Purdy was able to get his way, and that's why
Right.
CMC was able to run the ball.
Right.
Now, I mean, say what you want about like the defense. I know they gave up a lot of yards or
Yes,
points
they do.
against the 49ers, right? Now, if you look back at the 49ers games this whole month of December, they have not punted the ball the whole month.
Right.
I don't even think anybody has stopped the
They did
49ers.
against y'all. Yeah, they
That's what
punted
I'm
against
trying to
y'all.
tell you.
But that
So
doesn't
yes,
mean that your
no, that
defense is
does
good.
no, but I'm just saying they're the type of defense that bends and doesn't break, right?
But y'all do break though. Y'all are 22nd in points. You break.
Yes, but in the red zone, they're
Mhm.
they're no, not in the red zone.
Okay, I get it. You're not allowing touchdowns. You're allowing field goals, right?
Yes, and a
Right.
majority of those points are coming off big plays. So I'm trying to
Right.
tell you, like it all has to come with like that's the way I watch the game, and the way especially now the way I watch the 49ers game, it
Mhm.
was hard to watch, but I'm like, damn, I mean, it has to be done. Like the way they're playing is the only way they're gonna be able to win. Now, like I said, what really got me ticked off was that you saying that they can't if they can't run the ball, um,
I
then
feel
they're
like you're
toast.
toast. Yes.
Yeah, they literally just showed you what they could do if their running game doesn't work on Sunday.
Right. You lost. That's my thing.
Yeah,
You
but they could.
lost. I'm not
So
no, but
so
don't hear what I'm not saying though, Chi-Town. I'm not saying Caleb Williams can't throw the ball, or if you rely on Caleb, he sucks. He's not going to be able to do it. I just know he's streaky. If you have to rely on Caleb, he's going to possibly mess up. possibly not throw it to the right guy, possibly overthrow, possibly do all that. That's my whole point.
But you could say the same thing with Justin Herbert. He's done that. He's had those games in the postseason and regular season. So that's where I'm like defensive on the Bears, is because at least with the Bears, they've been, at least this year, they've been a little more consistent than I've liked than the Chargers have.
Okay.
I mean,
Consistent as what? In what?
Well, once that team started getting that run game going, that team was consistent as fuck. Now, I get it. This last week is a different story. But you could say also, like, the teams were going back and forth no matter what. Both defenses were horrible and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, both the way that both Chicago and Chargers played in their losses, I think I was still more impressed with Chicago than I was with the Chargers in their
Because the offense, right?
Well, no, one team performed better on offense and while performing horrible on defense. On the other side, the defense was performing horrible. Then the offense picked it up in the last like quarters of the game. You know.
So Jose,
What's up?
what was I say that? So if Chicago would have won on Sunday, would have been a different argument. Then would this even be a thing? Would you be more crucial?
Well, no, you got that question's for Milton because the Bears being his top 10.
He's asking me. So that's what the whole top 10 is for. You lost. You're not. Yeah, sorry. If you beat San Francisco, which I have San Francisco very high on my top 5 list, of course you're going to be on the list. You beat them, but you lost. That's the whole thing. Of course, if y'all beat Green Bay that one game, if y'all beat San Fran that one game, well, we have been on the list. Of course you would. That's a big what if. You lost though. It's not the argument, right?
So no, it's not the argument, but there's no question. There's no questions on 49ers then.
Of course, their defense has been a question. That nothing's changed with their defense. They have a young defense that is getting coached up by Bob Saleh. They didn't have any of their guys really, and that's okay. That's been a thing the last couple of weeks. But their offense, without their number one pass catcher all year, or their number one pass catcher this year, the tight end, and they're they're one of 2 good linemen on the offensive line, Trent Williams, only going in for one play or one series. Them all gone. Brock Purdy ate the Chicago Bears up. C-Mac finally had a good running game in a way for the first part of the game. So San Fran is moving up because their offense is looking fantabulous. That's all
right, and that's why I give them the nods, and they're in my top 5.
Right.
But at the same time, too, if we're going to question about Bears' schedule, then on this 6-game win streak that the Niners are on, they've beaten one playoff team. If we're talking about who's
win streak, what about overall? How many playoff teams have they beaten? Not win streaks, just overall. How many playoff teams have they beaten?
Same amount as Chicago, 3.
Right, and who do you trust more? Ben Johnson led first time in the playoffs, or Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy, last time he had a QBR this high, they went to the Super Bowl. Which one?
I probably still trust Chicago a little more.
That's crazy. There's no evidence for that.
Of course I don't. I have San Fran on the power rankings higher.
No, you're joking. Okay, you're mocking me. All right, you're trolling me here. Okay.
Well,
yes.
Well, right now, does it look like the 49ers will be playing on the road, right?
If they lose on Sunday.
If they lose, but if they beat Seattle, number 1.
Yeah.
They need that. I think they need it for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
agree with that.
I would not. If they play on the road, I most definitely would pick Chicago over 49ers and believing in them if they play on the road.
Because what was his last game at? Was it in San Fran?
Yeah, it was in San Francisco.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust the Niners in Chicago weather or even.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Weather.
Every time Brock Purdy normally has a game, it's in bad weather.
I don't trust California teams in cold weather.
Right on.
That's why I gave that rant about the Rams earlier. Now, of course, it's gonna be the same thing about the Chargers. The Chargers are gonna be on the road the whole damn playoffs, so doesn't matter if it's New England or their best bet is Jacksonville, and they can't even touch Jacksonville for shit.
Milton, did you tell Jose what was has Justin Herbert made you did something to make you believe that he'll have a performance like a 4-pick performance this whole year, right?
He
This
asked
year,
me,
yeah,
has he
I
had
get
Yeah,
one
that.
like that this year?
Yeah,
yeah. Well, if you look at it last year, did he have a performance to make you believe that he was going to have one in the playoffs?
that's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah,
good point. Good point. Yeah, very much so. You got me there. Yeah,
yeah.
sure. It's just I
It's a
feel like Justin Herbert and a Jim Harbaugh more proven. They are not guys that are just going to consistently make the same mistakes. That's where I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt on that because I think highly of Justin Herbert. I do, especially what he's doing this year. You say, oh, he's whatever number in interceptions. It's 13, dude. It's not a lot. Let's not pretend like that's a lot. It's not for what
So,
he
so
has
you
to
feel the
work
same.
with.
So you feel the same about Sam Darnold?
He doesn't have a lot. He's not like he's a
Yes,
turnover machine.
he has 14.
Right. He's not a turnover machine. It's just the last couple games he hasn't shown a lot of big play ability, and he's been more like turnover worthy play ability in Sam Darnold. That's all. But 14 isn't a lot. The guys that are leading the league almost every single year is like 17, 18, 19, 20.
They can
Oh,
still
They
end up
didn't
being that next week. Those two can
didn't
still be
didn't
that.
we'll
Up
see.
next week.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully if next week happens, hey, you got me. But
didn't Dak had like 15 one year and everybody clowned him?
You're like 16 or 17. Yeah, 1 year.
yeah, interceptions. It's y'all know this. There's a context with interceptions. Justin Herbert, I've seen him throw the ball to these two tight end receivers' hands at least 4 or 5 times, and then now the defense has it. I don't put that on Justin Herbert. Sorry. Sue me. You could understand that, Chi-Town. I've seen Caleb throw the ball to some of these guys, and, well,
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah,
completion.
yeah.
So,
But then
doesn't
some people still call him. Then it's still some people call him inaccurate.
he's not that accurate. For his you got to I'm not saying he's not accurate. Like the definitive statement, no. But for his talent and his arm talent, it's like he doesn't get the gimmies. He misses the gimmies. That's what he does.
Also, there's like context to all
Of
of
course
that
there
too.
is.
If you really watch all the games, you
We
know
sure do.
he when a lot of people say, "Oh, his completion percentage is really low," he doesn't turn over the ball a lot, and he likes to throw the ball to the ground a lot because he doesn't he'll that's the one thing that like a lot of young QBs don't do is that he'll live to fight another down.
Right. It's like the sack total with Aaron Rodgers in his prime. He had high sack totals because he didn't, he just took the sack. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. I understand it, but I'm saying to you, watching the games, he misses the layups. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's as inaccurate as his stats say. I'm not saying that, but a lot of the gimmies he misses, and he shouldn't
Was
miss. He's too good
was
for
was
that.
the last throw a gimme?
No, but what does
Yeah,
that
I
mean?
was no because a lot of people were saying that how could he miss that?
No, dude, he was at the way his body was. No, no. Again, I'm not everybody, dude.
Hey,
I
just remember,
understand.
just like that first Packers game, DJ Moore was open on the other
DJ
side
Moore
of the
was
field.
open. Right. DJ Moore was open. Yeah. I'm not that guy, bro. I promise you. Yeah. We'll see. I hope y'all. Hey, I was in the comments when y'all were on either last week or 2 weeks ago. Me and Jose had more faith in your team than you did, Chad. Remember this. Okay? Remember.
Yeah, because I had a lot more faith that the vision was going to be a lot more better.
I
I
had
didn't.
more faith Caleb Ben would be better than Justin and anyone else that he wanted
Yeah,
as coach.
but we all thought that the Vikings were going to be a lot better.
Yeah, we did.
That's the
Yeah, we did.
the fucking
Yeah,
fucking
we did.
last. Fuck you, JJ
Don't know
McCarthy.
what.
Your completion percentage is worse than Caleb's.
Yeah,
Oh,
Flores
yeah.
Flores might be out. Flores might be gone too.
You think he'll get a head coach job? He should, but I don't know if he will.
No,
I don't know, but
no,
I think
they won't get
I
him.
think he might. I think he might skip town though, knowing that team's probably a little bit of ways to compete again.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. All right. Well,
You think he pulls the Eric Bieniemy?
Maybe.
he better not. He has to stay in the NFL. That defense is actual fun defense to watch.
I don't know what coaching staff would get to pick him up, honestly. I don't want to
Well,
go
as a
back to
head coach,
Tomlin.
I hear you. But at the DC, he'll get picked up, possibly.
Hmm.
I don't think he's too far gone.
Who's the Patriots DC?
Oh, he's
Well, it
got
should
cancer.
be, yeah, it should be Terrell. I think Williams is his last name.
Yeah,
But it's another guy.
he's a
He's a
he's
stand-in.
a Vrabel guy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he has what is it, pancreas
Yeah. So
cancer?
that's where I think our defense will actually get better when he starts running it, in my opinion, because
He finally actually came back to the building last week. I don't know if he's done with it yet. Oh, it's prostate cancer.
yeah,
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, so
yeah, bigger guy. It is what it is. But all right, Chi-Town, if you need a dip, cool. But if you want to stay, please be our guest.
Yeah, man, I gotta go. I'm fighting a little virus right now.
All right. Well, I hope you feel better, dude.
All right, man.
Like the cap.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
let her
Yeah,
brother.
have a good one. Later.
All right, let's get to the Seattle and San Francisco game. First game was in week 1. We can't really take anything from that at all. But that was the funny game where Sam Darnold, I think, had like 160 yards or something like that, and
He threw for 150 total, and then 121 or 124 to JSN.
Right. So that's just a funny statement. I just wanted to put that out there. It was a really funny game. San Francisco won really everywhere. They kind of dominated, did exactly whatever they wanted to win.
And that was when they were fully healthy.
Who?
San Fran.
Yeah, right. So now it's a weird turning, right? Because San Fran's on a streak. Yet, like you said, they don't have more than half of the players, really, that's playing on the defense, offensive line. I don't know if Trent Williams is going to play. I think he is, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, let's talk about it. This very meaningful game. It comes down to this game for the number 1 seed. Will Sam Darnold be a part of another team that wins the amount of games that they win, 13 or 14, and still not be a division champion?
Milton.
What?
We went just a whole hour, basically. It felt like an hour. Just talking about how Chicago was and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and San Fran's
really
whole thing.
That up. Yeah.
I don't think San Fran can really compete with the higher echelon teams moving forward.
Just because of personnel?
Just because of the current personnel situation.
Right.
You saw it literally just 2 days ago when they played another playoff offense. That team gave up 31 points. That defense gave up 31 points.
Yep.
Now, Brock Purdy bailed them out by putting 42.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help you against everyone else. It won't help you against Seattle. It won't help you against Green Bay. It won't help you against the Rams. It just won't help you. Maybe against the Panthers or Bucks, right? Depending what comes out of that. But that's if you play one of them, and that's because that's who they. Depending on how it goes, that's who they might play if they lose this game against Seattle. I just don't have this full. It's a coin toss game. As who do you not trust more right now? Do you not trust Sam Darnold, or do you not trust the personnel in San Fran? Right now, I think I'll have to lean more towards San Fran. I don't rely on, but Sam Darnold, coincidentally, is in the same position he was last year.
Yeah.
Division title matchup, final week of the season, and he choked last year.
More than 12 wins in the division.
14 wins at the time.
Yeah,
they were 14-2 going into that game.
Right.
Now they're 13-3. They're leading the NFC. And a lot of questions to be out there for that team. But I think right now, if I had to choose which one I am more concerned about, it would be San Fran. This will be if San Fran were to somehow come out on top of this game, after all the losses of their personnel, this would be the first top-ranked team they beat all year long. Now, of course, if you don't want to count Chicago from last week, but overall, like offensively and defensively, this would be the first high-ranked team they beat.
Okay. Well, I would consider Chicago. Though the way they won, of course. I'm saying
offensively and defensively. And you had questions about Chicago's defense, so that's why.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. And with Seattle, they're more than competent in both. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So I agree with all those points. I will say, just because there's a bit bias here, so give me something, give me some grace for this. This year, before this year happened, and we did our way too early predictions, and you so gracefully joined us for that.
Oh shit!
I
What did I
said,
say?
yeah, thanks, man. I said San Francisco would win the division, right?
Okay.
And I gotta kind of roll with it right now. And Brock Purdy's playing at an MVP level. Last time this occurred, again, I remind you, and the team was overall different, and this probably is just me holding on to the past. 2022, I think. Was it 2022?
His first year.
Was it that when they right? I think so.
When they lost to Philly, 2023 is when they went to the Super Bowl.
Okay, 2023. Thank you.
Okay.
2023, Brock Purdy did the same thing, right? So I'm hoping that this is just one of these stories. Oh man, Brock Purdy needed the Avengers. The Avengers are gone. They're gonna suck. Brock Purdy comes back. Mac did a great job, by the way. I'm on this matchup. I hear you, and Seattle should be the favorite, even though San Fran's at home. But I got a feeling San Francisco is gonna do it. They're gonna get the number 1 seed, get the first round bye, and then we'll go from there. Because it depends who they play. Because defensively, they have the coach. It's just like you said, they don't have the personnel. They don't have the players, man.
They have the right DC. Let's go with that.
Right.
So Robert Saleh's been a guy who probably can earn another head coaching job in a year or two, if he keeps it up.
Yeah.
2 years ago, he had the Avengers. That's not a debate. That's a fact.
Right.
He had everything perfect. He had Ayuk playing at his best, Debo playing at his best, CMC playing at his best, Kittle. The defense was amazing. They had Charvarius Ward still, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. This year, out of all those names, you only really have CMC consistently. Kittle's been in and out all year long. Brock Purdy himself has been in and out. Hasn't been the greatest coming back early on. Hell, when he started the season, he wasn't that great.
It was bad.
He was definitely mediocre. It is now literally the last 3 weeks where you feel like Brock Purdy's like, okay, I like this kid. I see what he's doing. These last 3 weeks. Yeah. It's been against bad defenses, as we've stated. If we want to say that with Chicago, it's against bad defenses.
Mm-hmm.
This will be Brock Purdy's best defense he's seen since the Rams. Wait, he never even saw the Rams. Mac Jones did. So Brock Purdy never even saw the Rams. He hasn't seen a team as good as Seattle's defense since Seattle, week 1. So he won't be as battle tested as far as playing against his team. We know he's a gunslinger. We know that he likes to air it out. Hell, that's why he got pick 6 in the first drive yesterday or the other day.
Yeah, did too much.
You won't be able to do that with Seattle. Seattle has been proven to be one of the top 5, maybe 4 defenses of the team all year long. And with Mike McDonald, who's been coaching his ass off,
for sure,
I just can't trust as a whole unit right now. San Fran can do it, and I trust even less that Brock Purdy's gonna demolish them as much as he's demolished the other teams. Now, again, Seattle's got their question marks. Sam Darnold, can you be consistent? Because they were down 16-30 against the Rams. That game should have been over. Rashid Shaheed came in and saved the day with that punt return.
Right.
So I don't know, man. These are the teams, like, if we're doing a pie chart, they're probably towards the top because of the NFC and really the coaching. But it's like, here's the thing, Milton, who needs to win more? Seattle or San Fran? Who needs to have the
San Fran?
Well, is it because of their personnel? Is it because of the health and everything? You want the road to go through Levi.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
I think they need it. I think they'll benefit and they need it more. Like both answers, I think, are San Fran. 100%.
Yeah, I think once a California team ends up on the road, it's over for them, really.
Yeah, because your California point is 100% correct. 100% correct.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I think San Fran would benefit 100% more. Seattle obviously would benefit from it, but I think San Fran would benefit more. I will ask you this, if because I hear you, and I'm pretty sure Vegas is in agreement with you. If San Fran does win, if Brock Purdy does have one of those games, but now against a good defense, do you feel more that they're a bigger threat now in the playoffs?
If they can go out there, Sam Darnold,
Mhm.
basically, if he throws like one pick, but it's like one of those reasonable picks, but still balls out,
Right.
then I can say he's shaking off the cobwebs. Like he doesn't see the ghost right now because he's turned it around. He was able to get that last bit of the fourth quarter in overtime to beat the Rams, and then he went out to Levi Stadium and beat the Niners. Then you can really say, like, all right, Sam's not seeing ghosts. You can have a little more trust when picking them in the postseason.
Mhm.
So,
But what about I'm saying sorry, if Brock Purdy has the game and San Fran actually like Brock Purdy looks very, very good against this defense. Everything else depends, but Brock Purdy himself looks good and they win. Now are you seeing the threat that San Fran could possibly actually be in the playoffs?
it will definitely be the biggest win of the season for them,
For sure.
as far as Brock Purdy at the helm.
Right. Right.
And should they be the undisputed favorites maybe at that point? Maybe.
Okay.
Because look, that personnel has stepped up. Injured, battered, bruised, and everything. It's their weakest point, but it's also they've covered. Again, though, in this 6-game win streak, 5 of them are not playoff teams.
Fair.
One playoff team is it, and you're right. They do need this game a lot more than Seattle, but I think for Seattle's confidence in Sam Darnold, who they just signed this past offseason, I think Seattle honestly needs him more because at least with San Fran, in the long term, I mean, because at least with San Fran, I know I still got Brock Purdy, I still got Kittle, still got CMC.
I get
I
you.
still got a lot of these guys in long term. If Sam doesn't do it, then it's like, well, that's back to back years. He kind of like he leads you far, but doesn't. It's not far enough.
That's actually a very sound argument. So I will grant you that. I think that's a better argument than mine. So fair enough. All right. Another one is going to be let's go into the middle bracket as far as the 325 games. Detroit at Chicago. If Chicago wins, they get the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
And I think it'll just be better for their morale going into the playoffs after what happened with San Fran. Detroit has much more firing power, honestly, than San Fran. You know what I'm saying? So I think for Chicago's sake, this is a very important game, especially even not just counting seeding. But how do you see the game going, and can you stress the importance if you feel like there is any for Chicago?
For Chicago, they have a guaranteed home game. They'll either be the second or third seed. It doesn't matter for them at this point. The only benefit of being the second seed is that at least you'll guarantee 2 home games as long as you win your wild card matchup. And then if you're lucky, maybe the first place team loses in the second round, and then you host the whole playoffs. So that's the real benefit of everything. Now, we can talk about Detroit's firepower, right? Where was that firepower against the lacking Minnesota Vikings?
Hey, that OC. Hey.
Where was that firepower against the Pittsburgh Steelers when you were down by so much and you came back late, but you still lost?
Yep. I'm with you.
Your firepower wasn't good enough to beat the Rams. Ooh, okay. Yes, I remember. Your firepower was good enough to beat the Cowboys. Oh, wait, everyone's firepower has done that. Oh,
yeah. Well, the best game. Yeah.
Now I know the Lions beat the Bears 52-21. Good old spanking in week 2. Both teams are not the same as they were week 2. The trajectory has been different. What started off a winning streak for Detroit that we thought, damn, they're back, ended up being a false hope. Now they're 8-8. Mm-hmm. They're playing for, at this point, they might as well lose for draft seeding. What are you gonna win for? For pride? What
Lions
pride?
Lions pride.
You're at the playoffs. You're literally at the point where you could be last in the division still. behind
Yeah.
Minnesota,
Minnesota's on a streak.
who swept you, who don't even have a quarterback to really like call their own for next year.
Mm-hmm.
So Detroit can go into Chicago, and that's the thing. They're going into Chicago. Are you a cold place? Oh no, you have a dome.
Dome.
You're,
Yep.
you're scared now. Okay, so I don't know, Milton. I think that they can go in there and could they pull off an upset? Sure, they could. They could probably beat the Bears. That's okay, but I don't trust Jared Goff in December because he's already proven in this 3-game losing streak. Don't trust Goff.
Yep. Very limited. Very limited. You put pressure on golf, a lot of them kind of quarterbacks fold.
So Milton, what's funny is before the season you questioned Dan Campbell, right?
Yeah, sure did.
Well, I think between the two, I think the first to go would be Jared Goff. If this happens again next year,
Really?
I think Jared Goff is in the
The
hot seat if he can't pull off something back next year. If he can't go back to at least getting them to a playoff team,
Okay.
because this coach turned it around for me. So I'm gonna trust him first. But this player, one team already got rid of him. Why not us too?
I think that will be a big conflict that they will be facing depending on how next year goes. I could see that. And that's a very good point. I would just wonder. It just depends on how it goes. If Jared Goff is balling and they still lose because, let's say, they keep going for it on 4th down when they shouldn't, or they do 2-point conversion when they shouldn't, or they do,
but here's the thing. We've been saying for years, why are they going for 4th down? Still been successful. Still been doing everything. So now if you're not successful, is it the coach or is it the players, the same players that were there before, who are now failing to capitalize?
I don't know.
Is it the underthrows? Is it the overthrows?
Well, in the fourth quarter, the whole, not fourth quarter, excuse me, when they go for it on 4th, yes, they're still doing it, but what's the missing piece? It's not the same players. It's the OC is gone, right? So that's where I'm with you. It just depends on how Jared Goff does, because this year overall, Jared Goff didn't have a bad year. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you want to put statistics to it, but here's the thing. For people out there who don't watch Puro, Peach Sports, or People's Debate, me and Milton view QB wins differently. He doesn't believe in it. I do. Mm-hmm. When you're the highest paid player in the team, you better be damn sure I'm be watching your damn record too.
Oh yeah, right. Fair enough.
So
yeah,
I hold that to the standard. And Jared Goff might have put a nice 4,200 yards, a nice 33 touchdowns just behind Matthew Stafford, but you're 8-8. And who was that really against? If we're gonna for all the people who don't know, we're Patriots fans. For all the criticism that Drake May did all those touchdowns against shitty teams, I can say the same thing about Detroit. If that's the case.
And that narrative's so false. The good teams that we played, Drake May played well. And even when we lost, he played well normally. Not all.
It's cute. It's cute, Milton, because the same people that you're saying that, I was like, oh well, he didn't throw a touchdown pass or run a pass against Buffalo the first time. Did you not see the game and how he came out fucking balling? He didn't need a touchdown. He was making these fucking throws. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's context, of course.
Yeah. And here's how I'll say that. I've never seen Jared Goff do that in his 10-year career. I've never seen Jared Goff be like, damn, I got to use my legs to escape, and I can still make that throw at the sidelines. Respectfully, I've never seen Jared Goff in his 10-year career do anything that what Drake May did in that one game against Buffalo, or that did against Baltimore in the second half.
Right, second half. Yeah.
Never
adversity because we gave a lead the game before, so that could be running in his head.
Jared Goff has been blessed, Milton.
100%.
Blessed to be as structured with the LA Rams and that offense. Then get traded to Detroit. Not get the first year or two was like, because they didn't have the roster. But the second you give him a top receiver, everything changes. He's been blessed to have top receivers, good OCs, Sean McVay and Ben Johnson.
Right.
There's a lot of guys that don't get that. And but
Yeah,
that
100%.
but those guys can still somehow make the Super Bowl. Jared Goff has yet to make it since his third year in the league.
Mhm.
And how did he do in the Super Bowl? Oh, 3 points.
Yeah, remember this. All right, but okay, we'll see. Detroit. That's gonna during the off season in our conversations, and we'll have way more debates in the off season. That's going to be an interesting factor to touch on. Another game before the Sunday Night Football game, the Los Angeles Chargers going to Mile High, Denver Broncos. If Denver wins, they get the number 1 seed. Even if we win, doesn't matter. They hold, they control their destiny versus us instead of us. So with this game, I do believe, what's his name? Trey what? Quarterback? Chargers backup.
Trey Lance.
Thank you. Trey Lance is going to be starting, which is interesting.
Is that official?
I don't know if it's official. You could check for me. I saw 2 posts about it. We'll see. I thought I saw it. So let me know. Because Chargers aren't playing for anything. Like, they're going to be in the playoffs. It's all about seeding. So I think
they're still playing for that. I think they're playing to win to make sure they play Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
That would be smart for them.
Because who do you want to see first? I would rather see them than Jacksonville or New England.
Yeah. No, well, the Chargers, like you said, especially with their offensive line, they would rather see, again, the North than any other team.
Yeah,
that would benefit them more than any other team.
And what to stick it to the divisional rivals by costing them the first round bye.
True. But check, I don't.
Oh, you're right.
Whenever you look up the Trey Lance thing, it's not there.
No, you're right. Justin Herbert is going to miss the last regular season game.
Right. Okay.
He's going to rest.
Really, I really think Denver's going to. I really think because Bo Nix is going to be playing. The starters on Denver are playing. So
you know what, Jim Harbaugh? This is why I don't trust you.
Damn it! No.
Pussyfooting. Pussyfooting going into the postseason. Oh, I gotta protect my quarterback so he doesn't get hurt before the big games and the playoffs. So he's been playing with that bad hand for a fucking month already. Chill out.
Yeah.
So you're telling me,
kind of crazy.
Hey, bro, that hand's not gonna feel good in Boston. All right, that northeastern weather, it ain't gonna feel good. When Milton Williams comes back, with Harold Landry coming back, with Robert Spillane, aka Voldemort, coming back.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you ain't.
Man, I can't wait to. Yeah, they're not playing this upcoming week, right? I think they're out.
Fireworks. Who's that?
Milton Williams, Harold Landry,
and we're gonna rest them up for the playoffs. No,
right? Okay, let's make it.
You thought we didn't play with them. We didn't play with Matt Collins, Keyshawn Booty, and we and Will Campbell. He's still probably not gonna come back. And he can be activated now, I think, but they'll come back in the postseason.
Probably play out. Yeah, exactly.
And we still spanked them Jets 42-3. I don't count that last touchdown. 42-3.
Thank you.
5 touchdown May.
99 QBR.
90% completion.
It's unheard of.
250 plus yards. 5 touchdowns.
Bad team or what? I don't see good teams doing this to bad teams. Same thing. So, all right. Denver most likely is going to win this game, unfortunately.
Boo.
Dang, that's whack, right? Charge the whack for that. As a Patriot fans, a little biased. Come on.
Trey Lance. Believe in you. I believe in Trey Lance. I need you to go out there and tell why the Niners, the Cowboys, and all them why you actually are good enough to be a starter. Why you're not a true bust. I mean, you are, but I need you to prove them why you're not. I need you to use them little legs, run around Denver's defense.
Yeah.
And I need you to show out. I need you to have a Malik Willis, Stu Punley type of game, brother. I need you to go out there and do your shit.
The thing that benefits us and possibly the Chargers, and maybe why Jim Harbaugh is doing it, Denver plays down to their opponent this year. Unless they just are getting completely lucky on all these one-score games, they play down to the point. And we saw them last week against Kansas City with, I don't know how to say the guy's name, quarterback, third-string quarterback, and they almost freaking lost. They
Let me
had
look
to
it up.
have another fourth quarter comeback for that team.
Chris Oladokun.
Thank you. Shout out to that
13,
guy.
13 for 22, 66 yards, 1 touchdown.
Trey, you're better than that guy. Okay? Come on. You're better than that guy. So maybe Denver plays down to the opponent, F's around and finds out, and lose the game. Then we're number one. But we'll see. Okay. The last game, it's the Sunday night football game. It is for everything. Division title, playoff spot, only playoff spot available compared to Seattle, San Francisco. Both of them are in the playoffs. Doesn't matter on that part. It's just seeding. This game against Baltimore at Pittsburgh is winner stays, loser has to watch the playoffs from their multi-million-dollar homes. Okay. Now, these two teams are totally in different parts of their journey, I guess you can say. Baltimore, Snoop looks okay. The running back, Derrick Henry, finally had his game of the year.
Yep.
The defense is mediocre, I'd say, at best. Pittsburgh had everything they needed to just be the AFC North champs with Aaron Rodgers, now their quarterback, and they let it come down to this. And I have a bad feeling about this game for Aaron Rodgers and company. However, before I give this to you, Jose, I do think the fans that are tired of Mike Tomlin, the other fans that are tired of John Harbaugh, they're hoping one of their teams lose. Because if you lose this game, the firing of the head coach comes like that. It's like, well, of course, you lost the game to get us in the playoffs. Why were we even in that game? Boom. They're going to be fired. In my opinion, that's how it's going to go. So break this game down. Tell me as far as, obviously, that's a serious game. But you tell me your feelings about the game matchups, however you want to frame this, brother. Go ahead.
After the Week 17 matchup, Myles Garrett came out and said they weren't playing to win. They were playing to make sure I don't sack Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing. That's pretty much what he said. So
Yeah.
I'm going to use that as to say the Ravens don't have anyone like that to threaten Aaron Rodgers.
No.
That is the weakest part of this matchup for the Ravens. Because if you had something like a Myles Garrett, if you had a pass rush, I know Kyle Van Noy sometimes could lead you for sacks, but he's not the most guaranteed guy.
Matt BK was there.
He's definitely not a Myles Garrett.
No.
If you had something like that, then I can for sure say Baltimore could not choke this game out. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this game is in Pittsburgh. If I'm not mistaken.
You're correct. You're correct.
Okay. Pittsburgh's ready to fire and burn Mike Tomlin's house down.
Well, damn. That's okay.
They are. Yeah. They are. And they're also going to burn down DK's cars wherever they find it because this division was really all Pittsburgh after Week 16.
100%.
You beat Detroit. Lamar and company lose. I mean, not Lamar. Well, yeah, Lamar was there. Lamar and company loses to the Patriots. Everything's set up for you. This is your time to shine. You just have to beat the lowly Browns. But the fact is that now you're showing why this Arthur Smith, this 12-man personnel shit doesn't always work. This is why when Alex and other people say, just do 12-man personnel will do it. No, you need reliable weapons, Milton. This is why without a DK, Aaron Rodgers struggles with just his tight ends, Freiermuth and Jonas Smith, with his running backs, Jalen Warren and Gainwell. You don't have that one guy who's taking all the focus of the defense away to make those guys shine. And so with that, and with if Humphrey's okay, if the rookie defenders, the safeties can fucking shine out, if Kyle Hamilton can go out there and do his damn thing,
right,
I think the Ravens can safely end Mike Tomlin's tenure in Pittsburgh this Sunday. But in reverse, Milton, I do think, honestly, this is not just a win and go home. This is losing coach leaves town.
Yeah. Yep.
John Harbaugh, I said earlier, gotta go. If he and Lamar can't get shit together, gotta go. Mike Tomlin, your voice has been heard multiple years. You haven't won a playoff game in 8. Time to go. You gotta go. First of all, whoever wins this game has to win a playoff game to at least save their jobs for even just a little bit longer.
Okay.
But this just gives it a holdout just a little bit more. That's all it does.
And
I will definitely see that. And I don't know if TJ Watt's coming back this game. I know that whole long thing. But even then, I don't trust TJ Watt even playing. Even if he was playing, I don't trust him. He has not been the same. He is too focused on his own job as far as like getting the quarterback versus the whole defense. He is not the guy he was like a year or two ago.
Mhm.
It's just he is regressing at a pace. People might not want to believe it, but I think he is regressing a little bit.
Well, Steeler fans, yeah, they're going to be pissed at that. I'll tell you that.
I'm pretty sure Steeler fans will be the first ones to tell you, "Hey, what the fuck is going on, TJ?"
Maybe actually, maybe. I'm conflicted.
I'll give props to Steelers fans. They're some of the most honest fans out there. When they tell you they see shit, they'll call it out. When they see shit, they'll say it.
Pennsylvania, I'll tell you.
7 sacks for TJ Watt this year.
Yeah, it's not. How many games?
Definitely more than 10. Let's see. He has played this year 13 games. 7?
Yeah.
By the way, Myles Garrett breaks the record next week. He's totally fine because he tied it in week 15 or 16, whatever it was. So I'm totally fine. Whatever happens next week.
I'm cool with it.
I know you're against it, but
I'm not against it.
You're against it. Just say it. It's okay.
If I look at whatever, that's a whole nother thing. Let's wait for that to happen and then we'll talk about it. But I'm conflicted with
Myles
this
Garrett
one.
better than TJ Watt. Go ahead.
Oh, easy. Been saying it for years. With Pittsburgh, it would be outrageous for Aaron Rodgers to show up. He ain't played like great or nothing like that, but it's like, okay, he gave you that competency at least at the quarterback that you've been missing for years, and let's say they lose this game and you miss the playoffs. That would be a killer for Pittsburgh fans, for Mike Tomlin, for Aaron Rodgers, all of that. So I think Baltimore match up really well against Pittsburgh. You know, Lamar typically doesn't beat Pittsburgh, or Pittsburgh actually has a winning record against Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I'm going to favor Pittsburgh just because I just don't see this. Is all logic's out the window here. So nobody call me out. I just don't see Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh and missing the playoffs. That would be absurd. I can't see that.
I saw Aaron Rodgers lose a playoff spot because of Detroit whooping their ass in Week 18. I've seen it done. It's gonna happen again. Pittsburgh will lose this weekend. Derrick Henry will be unleashed one more time, maybe for the final time as far as a Baltimore Raven, but he will be unleashed, and that team will not be able to stop them. Aaron Rodgers will choke this game like he choked against Cleveland.
If he does, that's a bad way to go out.
And that's the Aaron Rodgers way. That's how he leaves every organization so far, in a bad way, in a loss.
Well, if Pittsburgh wins, let me ask you this. I think we could both agree that Baltimore or Pittsburgh, whoever wins, is going to be an easy matchup for whoever is playing them in the playoffs, correct?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's Buffalo, Los Angeles, or...
Right, I think all the teams in the playoffs right now, I think, beat both of these teams.
Yeah.
So, another question is, who do you think has more of a chance to upset one of those teams? Because with Baltimore, you think Baltimore. Why?
Here's what I'll say, and this is on the preface and the face of, well, even with or without, honestly. If Lamar comes back, I trust him more to lead this squad to beat those teams. I can't trust Aaron to beat the Chargers. I already saw him lose to them. I can't trust Aaron to beat Buffalo. I already saw them lose to them. I don't remember if Pittsburgh's played Houston, but there's no way I'm trusting Aaron against that pass rush,
Yeah,
that
I'm with you
elite
on that.
pass rush.
I'm with you.
So
Yeah.
there's nothing that Aaron can do that make me think, oh yeah, he could do something. No, nothing at all. Zero, zilch. Baltimore, Baltimore has a history of beating Houston when Lamar's there. That's the benefit that Houston had this year. Lamar wasn't there. Now, of course, the defense was ass. It's whatever. But Lamar wasn't there to help. He was already hurt by then. So Houston has no credibility on that one. When Lamar was there, they were up double digits against Buffalo. It's just that it took Josh Allen's heroic fourth quarter to change the game.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure big brother John Harbaugh has more wins than little brother Jim Harbaugh. So I trust that more than I would trust Aaron. So that's why I could see more probability.
Yeah.
Would I pick Baltimore in any of those games? Probably not. But a more probability of
upsets.
Baltimore doing it. Yes. I have already seen Aaron get beat down by all those teams.
Fair enough. No, I could agree. Lamar Jackson, like, of course, we don't really know how healthy or unhealthy and all that kind of stuff he is, but I agree with all the sentiments of all the points that you made.
If he's good enough to travel to these games, he's going to be good enough to play.
Think so? Okay.
I don't see why not. I hope so.
We shall see. Two shout outs real quick before we end all of it is New Orleans. New Orleans, hey, if they win the next upcoming game, ending the year, they're the hottest NFC South team. Take that for what you may. They're the hottest NFC South team. I find it pretty amusing that all of us really kind of pooped on Tyler Shuck, and I'm not saying he's great. And I'm not putting the Tennessee game in perspective and saying, oh, well, he had a great game. Everybody's had a great game against Tennessee.
Dude, 9-5.
But they look good, man. They look good, and he has a winning record.
He's got a winning record. Yeah, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
It's cool.
I
know it's not. He's not groundbreaking, but a guy that nobody thought he'd be. Well, he should have been picked above Shador, or he's this, or he's that. He's whatever.
I mean, that's a cute fairy tale. It's cute.
Maybe right.
Like, let's be honest. That this team was let down by the running backs. They have no running backs. They literally have. They have a combined total less than, I think, both James Cook and freaking Jonathan Taylor, as far as rushing yards complete total for the season.
I believe
they have less than 1,500, I believe. Mm-hmm. And then as far as like getting on the field, I mean, I think the one who's made the most points this year is the kicker. So yes, it's a nice story. They beat the Panthers, they beat the Bucks. Mm-hmm. And if they beat the Falcons and the Bucks win, somehow the Bucks end up the division champions, yippee-ki-yay. But let's be honest, in the long term, this team is still ass.
No, so I didn't bring that up.
It's a nice fairy tale story. You're right. I mean, it's a nice fairy tale story. It's like whoop de freaking do. But Milton, it's nothing. It's nothing.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Tyler Shuck.
You know what? The only person that deserves the shout out is Chris Olave. He stayed healthy all year, my brother.
He stayed healthy all year and had a couple games, right? Good
now
for him.
You get to go into free agency like, oh, I'm good. Ooh,
he is a free agent.
He should be. I think, or maybe I mean they might franchise tag.
No, I think you're right. Well, yeah, he might get that, but
yeah. So
okay.
I mean, hey, my boy, good job because they didn't pick up his 50-year option.
Yeah.
So
wherever Olave goes, hey man,
you stayed healthy, man.
You get a stud. If he stays healthy, you get a stud. The man is a stud.
Alvin Kamara, you can retire. We're good.
Unfortunately. Damn it, man. I really thought this would be the last hurrah year. No, it's not that good.
All right, Milton. I'm not saying this could happen. How pissed would you be if we lose to Miami this week?
How pissed would I be? On a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 9.
We fall to the 3rd seed.
Yeah, I'd be pissed off. Pretty pissed off.
Okay.
It's a double whammy. It's Miami too. That would really piss me off.
Yeah, they don't play good in the cold. I don't care if it's Quinn Ewers or Tua. They doesn't play good in the cold. So
right, Jalen Waddle's not 100%. So I don't see why we don't win this game. So, but to answer your question, about a 9, I'd be pissed off.
I'll probably take off the rankings, honestly, if they lose.
Really? That's not top
You
10 though.
You can't lose to Miami. You have the top 10 rankings.
Well, damn, man. Okay.
Can you lose to Miami week 18 and you're okay? If you somehow decide to sit Drake, like maybe after the half, okay,
No.
maybe I can accept it. But if Drake is playing majority of the game, almost all the game, I'm probably gonna have to knock him off the top 10 because that's really gonna piss me off.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna piss me off too. So I hope that doesn't happen. It shouldn't happen. God, please don't let it happen. But yeah, I truly don't think that's gonna happen. That's why I haven't even talked about the game. Because it's meaningful for us. We need to really win and hope Denver loses, right? But yeah, they didn't dawn on me. But yes, I'll say that would really piss me off. I hope that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Week 18, a lot of games that are meaningful that we went over. And of course, there's going to be a lot of incentives on people's payday. They're going to get a bonus. They're not going to get a bonus, all that. So that's something to watch, something to be invested in if there's another week of your fantasy playoffs in my weird ESPN league. But yeah, that's all I got, brother. But real quick, anybody that's still out there, subscribe, please.
Tell me if you're a fantasy champion yourself. Tell me if you won a league.
Okay.
Tell me if you won some money. We could go celebrate. Little Woodrows, Twin Peaks, no matter. Ojos Locos.
Okay.
I will meet you at exit 7. It's okay. We can celebrate together. You silver medalists out there.
Stop.
You can go to Burger King.
You're making
get your little plastic crown, your little toy that says you're just a silver medalist. And remember, if you're a silver medalist out there, look at the guy who drafted before you. Did he take the player you wanted?
What are you
damn
doing?
right he did.
What are you doing right now?
Did. He damn cost you everything. That's what I did to Milton. I cost him everything.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
I led that league. In that league, I led in points, and I still didn't make the playoffs.
You did. Oh, man. It felt so good beating you. It felt so good beating you because, yeah, you would be like number 2 or 3 in points, but I just had a good week. But it doesn't matter because guess what?
I was 1.
Yeah, whatever.
But it doesn't matter, right? Because you got second, and in one league, I got 10 times more money than you did.
Thank you, Jose, for that.
Champions, rise up. Rise up, champions.
Much love and appreciation to everybody.
Like share, subscribe.
We'll be back next week.
You wouldn't be taking it all.
And like and subscribe, please.